Good evening, everyone. I'm Ganga. I'm the co-founder of Maternia Care, and we operate under the brand name Urban Nanny. So why is India's most aspirational generation, the perennials, that's the new millennial parents, quickly becoming the most anxious one? Now, if you look at the life of a perennial, they are multitaskers. They're juggling various tasks. They want to balance work, life, career, family, and they want to be the best in everything they do. And while they're trying to do this, a newborn baby brings in so much of love and happiness in their life. But at the same time, it also increases enormous amount of stress due to a dramatic shift that is in physical, emotional, and in their lifestyle. The four major problems, if you look at it, what they go through. First is the transition challenges. This is new to me. I don't know how to handle it. I need support. No compromise on work and career. I need financial stability. I need to balance work and life and family. I need support. Need quality time for myself, my baby, family, friends. If you look at it, 88% of households are nuclear family today. So I need support. Too tired to manage on my own the physical and emotional challenges. Average age of pregnancy today is 30 years, which used to be 22, 15 years back. And this brings in a lot of physical, emotional, and physiological challenges, need support. And the solution, what we provide is Urban Nanny. Urban Nanny is an exclusive platform where millennial families can come and source verified, trained, skilled, and experienced maternity caregivers of their choice. We are revolutionizing maternity caregiving through efficient and effective use of technology and customizing service for families at the point of care. Now, we use technology for the world-class maternity care at home, and we do this through our protocol-driven home healthcare. Check and Observe app, Smart Nanny app, health trackers for pregnant moms and post-pregnant moms and babies, expert teleconsult to provide continuum of care. Needless to say, opportunity in this segment is huge. 4.5 million families need skill support every year in India. 90% of new families are perennials. Millennials are the biggest spenders. 330 billion USD is the annual spend of millennials. And 35% of millennial workforce earn in excess of 12 lakhs per annum. 1 billion USD market every year for skill support. And we fall into the 7.4 billion USD in home healthcare, which is growing rapidly at a rate of 19.4% CAGR. We have already trained and certified 50 caregivers across India, 22 deployed, 18 picked up jobs on their own, and 10 waiting for deployment closer to home. Our revenue stands at 2.5 lakhs in last 5 months. We don't have direct competition, but yes, there are agencies, freelancers, and organized home healthcare companies like Portia, Indian Home Healthcare. But Urban Nanny is a platform where families, freelancers, agencies, organized home healthcare companies will come to source skilled, trained, and qualified maternity caregivers. So millennial families support caregivers and vice versa, but both has access to market through our Urban Nanny platform. So our business model revolves around registration fee for the families and CEPs, continuous education programs, that's upskilling for the caregivers. We are ready to scale with 4 MOUs with home healthcare partners across 4 cities in India. We have a current database of 50 trained and skilled caregivers. We have a pre-seed investment with Equifax VC US. We have a B2B MOU with Portia Pan India, and also direct placement through our platform. When it comes to technology, our health tracker app for pregnant and post-pregnant moms are ready. Protocol-driven customized app is ready. Smart Nanny caregiver app for caregiver app is ready. And UI design for the job platform for maternity caregivers is ready. My co-founder Suma, she has more than 20 years of experience in Australia and in Australian and Indian healthcare. She is a counselor, specializes in postnatal depression. She is an audiologist, speech pathologist, and also she's a specialist in development milestones in baby care. My other co-founder, Dr. Anjali, she is a childbirth educator and lactation consultant, a TEDx speaker, and a very active advocate of breastfeeding. And myself, Ganga, I'm a doula, and I'm a wellness expert, a prenatal and postnatal holistic wellness expert for last 20 years. We also have Mr. Rajkumar as our advisor, who has had senior leadership position in Airtel, GE, and Estel. Today, our ask is 1 CR to build, market, and scale the Urban Nanny platform. Investment will happen on technology, marketing, and data collation. With an investment of 1 CR, we'll reach an annual revenue in excess of 18 CR in 24 months and grow rapidly after that. So way forward, today we are in childcare, but very soon we will be moving on to senior care and rehab care. So we would quickly move to seize the entire caregiving opportunity in India through the same platform. We believe that with our platform and world-class technology at the point of care, we can certainly take 20% of the 10 billion USD market share in 5 years from now. So when you invest in Urban Nanny, we grow your money. You become a part of creating a strong, skilled women workforce, leading to happy families at the bottom of the pyramid and a new generation of happy perennials. Thank you so much. I'm open to questions.
Perfect. Yeah, perfectly on time, Ganga. Yeah, we're open for questions. And as a SOP panelist, if you have questions, you can raise your hand. We have 5 minutes for Q&A, and at best, we can take 2 to 3 questions. Yeah, so over to you, panelists. We have got Mahadevan, we've got at least 5 external panelists and 4 internal panelists. Yeah, so open for questions.
Mahadevan here, quick question. So you're talking about Portia and those as competition. Are there nobody else providing this service today?
There are people providing the service, but we don't have a platform for caregivers and families to come together. So today, if I call up Portia, or there are agencies where you can call up and they decide a caregiver for you. But we're talking about a platform where the parents can come and source. So they directly talk to the caregiver, they get a caregiver of their choice. So such a platform doesn't exist as on today. Yes.
Okay, thanks.
I think Mr. Adil has a question.
Yeah, go ahead, Adil.
Yeah, Ganga, hi.
Hi.
Ganga, I just wanted to understand, your screening process.
Yes. So we have a verification agency, a third-party agency who does the verification for the caregivers, though we do the initial background check with basics like Aadhaar and the address proof and the family background and things like that. But we have external agency who can do the police verification for each and every caregiver.
Okay, so
is that
no, I got that. The challenges, have been what I noticed, through the experiences that we have with our kids when we were trying to look for nanny during their growing up days, is that it's extremely difficult to get the reliable person who is consistent and who also speaks the language that is spoken at home.
So that's exactly, Adil, I think this platform will do, because today what has happened is there are a lot of caregivers in Jharkhand who's looking for a job, right? But they are not connected to the mothers, they don't know who's looking for them, and the family doesn't know where to look for them. So today, if we have a platform and if these caregivers are on our platform, and so the families from Jharkhand would be able to see those people speaking their language, the kind of people they want, with whom they would be comfortable, available on the platform. So that is exactly what we are trying to do. That's a big challenge today. Yeah.
Got it. I mean, since this is a technology platform, you are actually bringing everybody together. What are the margins that we are talking about, average?
Raj, you would like to take that question?
Yeah. Well, fundamentally, there's no, it's the registration fee. So it starts, the registration fee for a family is 18,000 rupees, as a registration fee. And then they come and source, they look at various profile, do a video interview on the platform. So if they're looking at, and there are a lot of filters in terms of skill, education, language, training, all that. And based on whatever you look at, and then they select, shortlist 6 CVs. They have the opportunity to shortlist 6 CVs, and then they talk to people, shortlist them, and invite them for a job that they're looking at the salary that they want to pay. So the revenue comes from the family who pays a registration fee.
Right, Raj, so did I hear it correctly? You said 80,000?
18.
18,000 is the registration fees.
That's right.
And that is the, so there is no monthly cut after that.
There's no monthly cut.
Okay.
Today, the existing, the offline models, which is there today, is that either agencies take 1 month salary, or they take, smaller agencies take 12,000 rupees for 6 months, like that. So those are the offline, these are the existing rates. So since we have, since it's a technology-enabled platform, and obviously we're giving better point of service care with our other apps, so we have put that at 18,000.
Okay. I mean, to my knowledge, I mean, there are a number of such agencies who are providing it. Just maybe the technology part is not so strong as you are looking at. I mean, what is the core, the product market fitment? What is the core positioning that you are talking about?
It's largely access, Adil. Today, you're right. There are plenty of agencies supplying. First of all, there's a large supply and supply chain demand. There's a big demand gap. So while, of course, demand gap is there, one is the caregivers are dependent on agencies to deploy them. At the same time, agencies are dependent on some families to source for them. So the issue over here is that there is not a place where a family can access today. So I have no choice as a consumer, but to depend on an agency to call them. And if they have, they send somebody. But today, for example, if I want to source, I mean, just look at, Easy Drive or DriveU platforms where I want to get a driver as a hire. I can go and source a driver who comes for 2 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours a day or trip or whatever. So it's similarly, otherwise I have to go through a network or go through a travel agency to send a driver. It just makes the access for the family becomes much more easy, like any platform.
All right. The last question, sorry guys, how do you plan to reach out to the potential, customers?
Reaching out to customers is a lesser challenge, honestly, Adil, because the supply demand gap is very high. Problem is the biggest challenge would be to get that 1.5 million caregiver database into the platform.
Yes.
So today people are shopping. At the moment a mother is during the delivery stage, for example, our experience is the moment they come into the 8th or 9th month, they start hunting for a
Nanny. Yeah.
For a nanny. So there's always a supply chain gap in terms of the numbers available. So, but that doesn't mean that people are not available. It's just that people are not able to go and pick up the kind of people where they're looking for or where they are from. For example, language is a big problem, like you said. Skill level, a lot of people are looking for different skill levels. And by the way, our experience is that people look for different skill level at different periods of time. For example, the first 3 months, people look at for people who are skilled at breastfeeding. After that, breastfeeding is not a problem. Then based on that, then developmental milestone starts. So therefore, our training and the CPs that we have designed is for these kind of various skill levels across 0 to 2 years.
Great, Raj. I think you correctly mentioned that, but the challenge is to actually meet this demand, the supply of people, manpower, and then training them, orienting them. That is the, I think, back-end process, which is a big, when I started off with the screening part of it. How do you actually really source all those people? And, since you're going through agency, remember that, I mean, the control is with the agency. You just
No, we are not going through
have.
agency. No, Adil, actually, we are not going through agency. For example, just to give an example, what we did in Chennai. Chennai, we are working with an NGO partner, and we have trained. Similarly, we work in Delhi with an NGO partner. So we have women who come in batches, we train them and then deploy them. We have taken now a database of close to 150 caregivers in Chennai. We are approaching them, and then, batches are getting created for training. So there is no getting database.
That's good.
Yeah, so database
is, agency is doing it.
Yeah. So database is not a problem. I'll tell you where's the problem. For example, there's somebody who's wanting to get trained, because obviously the moment they get trained, the remuneration goes up. A trained, skilled nanny gets anything between 20 to 30,000 rupees. Some places 35,000 rupees also. So they want to get trained, but issue always happens is that training period of 7 days or 8 days, they are having no employment, and that's a gap that needs to get filled. So when we do with NGOs, for example, in Chennai, Rotary is paying for that 7 days or 5 days.
Okay, Raj, I think we'll stop here. Yeah. We'll go to the next pitch. Yeah. Good discussion. Yeah. So request everyone to put your feedback, especially external panelists. I'm not seeing too many feedbacks. Just put your ratings and the feedback in the sheet given to you. Over to Chandan from RECIPEADDA, second presentation for today. Over to you, Chandan.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah, hi. Just a second. Let me. Hi, good evening, everybody. So I'm Chandan Kumar, founder and CEO of RECIPEADDA. So RECIPEADDA, as you can see the slogan, "Ghar ka khana, ghar se ghar tak." This is the slogan we have for this RECIPEADDA. Let's coming to the problem statement. Right? We are covering 5 key points for this problem statement. The number one is there are large migrated population, which is dependent majorly on the outside food, and that the food which is not healthy and hygienic. The second point which we are covering in the problem statement is eating in restaurants is expensive, as well as if we consume frequently basis, then it causes us serious illness issues and health problems. People are too busy to prepare food on daily basis. There are a lot of people who are working, both people are working, and also even they want to get the homemade food, fresh food, but they are not able to get it. This is also a problem. Next one is it's coming to the people who have the cooking skills, the great cooking skills, but still they don't have any employment. So by utilizing that skills, they can get some earnings and all. Last statement is the homemade food market is growing very rapidly. So, but there is a low number of companies who is offering such services. So, yeah. Next slide, value of the market. So, there is a $7.7 billion market, Indian food delivery market, and there are some statistics. The data we have in the 2022, $14.53 billion. It's a projection for 2022, and that will it's expected to the annual growth rate CAGR will be 30.05%, result in a projected market volume of $31.96 billion by 2025. In the food segment, the number of users is expected to amount to 185.9 million users by 2025. So I do not open my video. Just a second. Sorry.
Yeah, Chandan, I think continue because we are losing time.
Yeah, just a second. I think.
You can end the slideshow. That would be better.
Yeah. Actually, due to this panel, this is a problem. Let me open my view. Yeah. So I'm sorry. So the solution which we are, it's the application which supports the community of people who want to live a healthy life. So by enabling them to order fresh, healthy and hygienic homemade food via platform. So you can see some screenshots of the product we have. In the first screen, you can see the nearby, we are showing the seller, you can see home chef around within a 7-kilometer range for the user location. And the second slide, you can see as usual, we have a menu of that. And in the third slide, we have two other segments. You can, there are two ways to order by food or order by seller. Even you can select first the food item which you want to order, and then you can see the seller, nearby sellers for that specific item. So this is the some few screenshots we have. The business model coming to here. We are taking 20% margin of commission margin we are taking for each order made by the platform. Apart from this, we have a few more points. You can say to get some earning, the account activation charge for the sellers, margin from packaging material. Currently, we have open, for the either we are offering to sellers, home chefs, they can order packaging material from us, or they can get it from the market as well. But it will be earning from the we're getting some margin on each packaging kit sold on the platform. The competition part. So we have a few key factors. Advantage we have, like we have our own complete technology stack. Basically, we are tech founders, so we have end-to-end complete own in-house technology, you can say. Apart from that, pre-seller onboarding, and which includes other is food quality inspection and improvement. So this is a competition slide. We have a direct competitor, you can say Masala Box, Home Foodie, and What's Cooking. So few competitive advantages we have. It supports the home chefs with the training. We are providing the training. We have provided the video most of the time. Packaging material and end-to-end delivery services. Basically, we are focusing to provide all the services to the home chefs so that they just focus on the preparing the food or quality, good quality food. So that's the first advantage. Second one, a lot of items we have on the platform. The people who is living from the south, let's say he's from South India, he can get the South Indian food from the nearby South Indian people. So a lot of we are covering the all Indian state food items on this platform. People can do instant order, scheduled order, and food packages as well. We have a subscription model as well on the platform. People can book for monthly, weekly, and quarterly basis. And user can choose from the verified sellers offering the high quality homemade food. And last point is our technology backbone is very robust and fully automated end-to-end process. This is the traction till now. We have 15,000 plus users, total users we have registered. Number of buyers is 5.5 thousand. Total number of sellers who is registered on platform 9.3 thousand. And the active seller who is actually selling the homemade food on the platform is 300 plus right now. Till now, we have processed the 7,000 plus orders. This is the revenue, net revenue per year. It's based on the GMV. We added that. Yeah. And few words about the journey and roadmap. So in 19, we started some research on the homemade food and all, and developed a prototype. In 2020, we started delivering to the COVID patients, and in parallel, we started work on the MVP. 2021, we launched our MVP and did the tie-up with the delivery agencies, with the SideOfX, Danjo. We did the API integration with their system. And 2022, we come up with a lot of other features like which was not there, discount coupons and all. And we are revamping some our product as well. And for in this year, within we launch our another delivery app as well. In case of need, the place where you can say the SideOfX and Danjo delivery is not there. So to cover that and check some kind of running a prototype, running a demo in that location. So we launch our own delivery app as well, which is again in the rarely we are using, but yeah, good thing is we developed this in 15 days only. This is the Delivery Mitra. The name of the app is Delivery Mitra.
Last minute to go.
Okay. So this is yeah. So in 2023 we have the plan is 50 plus major cities to cover. 2024 200 plus, and even we are looking for drone delivery, like explore the opportunity how we can do that and all. Yeah, this is the investment needed slide, and as well as the how we'll use that investment. So we are looking for 3 crore for a 10 to 12 month runway, and this is the breakup of the how we are going to invest it. 51% will go to the sales and marketing, and rest in other stuff. This is our core team. Virender Singh is the co-founder and CTO. Ex Paisa and NDTV. He's a backend, core backend developer, you can say, and having more than 10 years of experience, and belong to IT industry. And it's me, Chandan Kumar. I also have from the tech field, tech founder, and 10 plus years of experience in IT industry. My core, expertise in TV and mobile applications. Apart from us, we have a Ketan, who is in call itself today.
Chandan, can you please wrap up in next 15 to 20 seconds time? Is okay.
Yeah, sure. So Ketan is the core person who is completely responsible for sales and marketing, GTM strategies, and growth marketing. We have a Vikas Gupta as a mentor, and we also added Sarthy Ventures as our mentor. Startup India certificate number we have, and patent also we have 5. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, in fact, you can stop sharing the screen also, Chandan, so that we can see everyone, and open for questions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, questions, folks?
Right. So I see the team is quite heavy on in terms of technology expertise. So I'm just a bit curious to know how technology has a role to play, because many of these startups, I mean, the kind of tech, they all have tech teams and all, but then they don't really have any differentiated technology. And it's interesting to see that you have applied for a patent as well. Yeah. And I would be interested in knowing what is the status of that, because it's filed in 2018, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's been granted yet or why it's taking so much time. But just trying to understand how you can build differentiation through technology, because most of the companies in the space, their technology is quite shallow. Everyone with the same type of app and the interface and everything, right? So I'm trying to understand if there's something deeper in terms of tech which will give you an advantage over others.
So one example I will give you. Answer with an example. Recently, we built a centralized delivery system, because we have a good. Everyone can expect with this kind of tech experience, you can build anything. So one example, we build a centralized delivery system, because that's why I mentioned SideOfX, Danjo, we have a delivery. Next day, someone we need to tie up with another agency and all. Within 1 or 2 days, we can start delivering with the other partner. This is a centralized system. We built it because when we started delivery with the SideOfX, then we started to tie up with the Danjo. So then we come up why not to build this kind of system, so which will save our time actually. So within 1 or 2 days, we can tie up with any delivery agency and start delivering. So this is one of examples. So these kind of things and the performance of application, quality of applications, bug-free, robust product. Right? Because a lot of apps you will see, there are apps, but they are not working properly. There are a lot of flags, bugs. So on the tech side, we are heavy on the tech side, definitely. And we have, confidence on that, like we can definitely get an edge on this, with the other competitors, because they are hired people, right? We are own tech stuff. So definitely there is an advantage for us. Yeah.
Yeah, he answered your question, Arjun?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, over to you, Madhavan.
Yeah. See, first thing is, the name RECIPEADDA is kind of a misnomer for what you're doing, right?
Yeah. So actually, when we started this product, what happened? Like when we started this product, the first version of this product was listing of recipes of all India states. Okay, so that's what, listing of recipes are all Indian states, famous recipes. So that's why it's come up as RECIPEADDA. And we did some, domain registration, everything we did that for that. Right. So then we did the pivot in this whole concept. So definitely I agree with your point. The name doesn't mention, but we are doing. So there is a planned rename, it's already planned in future. Yeah.
Okay. See, you should check chef.com, SHEF.com in the US. I think recently funded for some $20 million or something. And it's a very similar concept to what you're doing.
Okay.
I think you should check. And I want to also tell Ganga also, care.com is also kind of related to what she's doing. And they were also significantly funded. So it's very similar. Both platforms seem to be very similar to already successful stories here that have been presented so far.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so thanks, Chandan. No more questions. Yeah, we go to VisionBot, the third presentation for today. Over to you, Amit and team.
Hello, everyone. This is Amit, and I'll have my colleague Prakash who will be presenting. Prakash, you there?
Yeah. Hi. Amit,
meanwhile, request panelists to please put your ratings. Yeah, over to you, Prakash. Sorry.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. So, my name is Prakash Prabhu. I'm a co-founder for a company, VisionBot. So, as the name signifies, we are primarily into visual inputs. So, the core focus of our company, the statement, the need that we intend to fulfill is we are primarily a cloud-based, artificial intelligence-driven, automated visual monitoring platform. A lot of people are familiar with video surveillance solutions today because that's been the most talked about and the most. So we experience that in our day-to-day life. Visual stimuli again is a part of even a person's day-to-day life. Out of all the five senses we have, I think the visual sense is the most powerful and guides us on our day-to-day life. Similarly, for enterprise, the information and the data coming from video surveillance can be put to use in terms of benefiting the enterprise data. So what we do from the data is primarily get objective data from subjective visuals, and the
actually we are losing Prakash. Amit. I think his network is an issue, so we're losing him. Yeah, and just make it slideshow also, Prakash.
Yeah, sure. Is it clear? Am I audible?
Yeah, but the voice is garbled.
Yeah. Am I audible now? Hello.
It's a little. Now you have seems to be a issue of the network, maybe.
Okay, I'll continue in case you have any questions. In case I'm sort of.
Yeah, just make it slideshow if you can do that.
Yeah. Is my screen visible now?
Screen is visible. If you can do the slideshow, that.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. So, in terms of introduction to you, Amit Chakravarti is our founder and the chief technology officer. Has a very strong background, technological background, has been involved in working with technology, and he's the person who founded the company and make it operational since 2019. Michael is a business development to cater to the US market. I recently joined them as the chief business officer, and my strength primarily comes from the video surveillance background. So 2007 is when we launched the first network video in the Indian market, and 2022 we have a very booming market. So it's close to about $8 billion market only from the Indian continent. So what we intend to do, VisionBot's primary role is rides on the video surveillance market, because apart from using video for security purposes, we also utilize the data that we seek from the video surveillance to as a complementary to the customer's investments in video surveillance. So automated visual monitoring using AI for object data. So our primary pain points for most industries today across many verticals is visual monitoring and inspections within enterprises are still human dependent and are error prone.
Prakash,
So
sorry, your slide is not changing. Do you want me to share, please?
Just give me a moment.
Okay. Yeah, you can make that slideshow so that it becomes, full screen.
It is on a slideshow. I can see it full screen. Can you?
No, we are seeing the total the whole screen. It's not yet slideshow. That's why.
Okay, maybe Amit, if you can help me, just put in.
Yeah. I'll share the screen.
Yeah.
If you can stop the screen share, I'll do that, please.
Yeah. Pardon the slight irritation.
Yes, please.
Yes. So we were talking about the pain points and what VisionBot intends to do in bringing in automation is primarily reduce errors, because we tend to overcome the human fatigue issue, or even the negligence part. It also caters to remote monitoring, because it's very difficult for humans to monitor remote sites, whereas a camera or a video source can monitor it 24/7. Reducing of costs. So naturally, automated monitoring reduces the cost in terms of reduced manpower cost and involved in error reporting. Increase in productivity, because this is a 24/7 automated running system. We also monitor, so we can build a proactive data of information, so to virtual inspections. Massively scalable, so the system can, since it is a cloud-based system, enterprises can start from one single video source and run into multiples of thousands of devices on the system, and all giving data and information into a centralized reporting or a business intelligence system. So in terms of challenges from a customer point of view, to the field staff has a problem of they have to continuously reporting of events. The supervisor primarily needs authentic, verifiable data. So as the data flows within the organization, the IT manager or the VP, is tasked to provide automation tools. The CIO primarily is looking at enterprise-wide digitization, and from a go-to-market side, the CCTV reseller primarily looks at supplementing his existing business model. So how VisionBot makes a difference is primarily automating it. So the solution primarily what we deliver is object detection and event monitoring using AI. So we also have systems where we also have the deep learning system we can train for different use cases. So a single video source can primarily supply differential data to different users within the same organizations. It's a self-service module, so very easy deployment at low cost of acquisition for the customer. Cloud first. So primarily, it basically tries to, we try to extend the system to connect every single dot in the system, in the enterprise system, and ensure that the video generated data, gets a full visibility, automation, and intelligence for improving enterprise performance. Most organizations are already, tracking this data, but they primarily use different sensors or human intervention. We intend to automate it. So, as we stand today, we currently I have 15 enterprise customers globally, about 162 cameras interface, a run rate of about 4.2 lakhs. We were doing fairly well up till 2020, till before, and after COVID hit us, most organizations sort of put automation on a bit of a back burner. So we are picking up the thread from now on, and although we have a very strong, healthy pipeline, we see good traction happening with the customers. This is just a snapshot of what we can do. So we are just showing one retail case study. So what we can deliver, or the information we can get primarily from a camera is, apart from the security deployment, we can also help in improving the sales prediction, the inventory mix, to analyze, detect a lot of customer parameters in terms of dwell time, how many footfalls have been there. So, the business visibility. So currently we have about 500 million cameras globally installed. So, and typically to manage this camera, most enterprises spend about $120 per camera to bring it into the video management system. So there is a total size of about $60 billion. So we see a natural progression happening in the industry to move from pure video management to to AI-based systems.
To go, sorry, last minute.
Yeah, our revenue model primarily is from a setup fee and a monthly subscription. So we have a on-premise and a revenue model on the cloud. Yeah, next slide. So positioning among peers. So we have different solution providers among the ecosystem. VisionBot differentiates itself in terms of giving cloud and ease of deployment to our customers. Yeah, next. So this is a competitive benchmarking that we have done, and that basically decides our product engineering. Yeah, next. Again, the advantage is being agile, adapt, affordable, very easy to deploy. So this is our customer acquisition sales cycle from a proposal to a sign-off stage. So by week 6, the customer who has signed up will up and running, and the data will be coming into his systems. So currently, as we mentioned, we are steadily progressing in terms of the number of cameras interface. We face a challenge in terms of the surplus generated, primarily because we have been investing in manpower and technology. Our intention to ask for support is to we intend to sort of scale up operations, adding up more manpower, building up our team size, and you can see from a 2022 to 2026 model, we can ramp up the business very strongly.
Excuse me, just can you please wrap up in next 15 to 20 seconds?
Yeah. So our ask is primarily $250K US dollars at a valuation about 1.5 million. So this investment will primarily be deployed for building the technology, building our marketing go-to customer models, and also a sales and business development team, and augmenting was cloud infrastructure, because cloud is the only capital investment that we need to make in this business. So this is a peer landscape, and you can see a lot of customers have had healthy traction in terms of investments and fund raised. So thank you, appreciate your time and your guidance.
You can stop sharing the screen, and we're open for questions. Even Chetan, Manjula, Amar, we can also ask questions. Yeah, if we have, especially in the future presentations, which are previous Cohort presentations also. Yeah. Go ahead, open for questions. Go ahead, Chetan. Yeah, you can ask a question.
That financial slides are quite, I would say it's very summarized and probably don't give enough information. So I understand the ask, but I don't know what are the business plans and
where the revenue model. Yeah.
Not just, I guess somewhere.
So let me, should I take the question, Prakash?
Sure.
Right. So let me present a different way. So let's do this way. Sorry. I'll show this one. So if you see that we are basically looking at, so currently we faced a downturn in 2022 because of some attrition and also a tremendous amount of attrition from tech side, people moving out, and also some of our senior business development also moving to US based MNC. But the question has been that we have tried to bring it together. And in 2023, we expect something around 1 crore, that is around $115,000, moving into 3x every year. So every year, 2024 to 400, and then to reaching the 1.1 million mark in 2024-25 FY. And we will have the surplus is basically the burn rate. So if you see the burn rate, you'll see that from 20 till this quarter, there is a half year of 2022-23, we have had around a total burn of around 1 crore, which is the investment that has gone into the business, raised through own sources as well as investor money and our investor money. So that has been deployed, and from 2023 onwards, that is the second half of the year of this 2022-23, we expect to increase ourselves provided we are able to raise funding, and therefore the burn rate would increase, but at the same time we will be reaching around the idea of around 400K in 2 years' time.
Right. So Amit, as an investor, there are two questions that I'll want to understand. A is that you are burning money because unit economics is positive. However, there are overheads or some you're investing money in something, right? Either customers or technology or something. That is not coming out. Now, at the end of the day, this economics could be, I don't know, your numbers could be wafer thin or they could be reasonably healthy. So
yeah, sorry.
I mean, that's the question you need to answer at this stage, because again,
so
looking at purely as an investor, I'm saying, I don't know. I've got too many questions.
Right, absolutely. So we are willing to discuss that. We have got a complete detailed, detailed working of this, merging what we have achieved and what we are going ahead with. So you'll see that there is no burn as such on an operational level. The whole thing is primarily around the creation of IP. So this basically gets into the intangible asset, which is the platform, which is built completely grounds up. So we don't have any external API or anything. So we basically can work this on an on-premise system as well. So so that is the reason the whole thing has the investment has gone into building up this thing. So it's not technically a burn as such. There is no burn on an operational level. We have around 40% margin from a operational profit.
Thank you.
Yeah, any other questions? Yeah. Madhavan, you had a question or someone had a question? Sorry.
No, good.
Okay, great. So we go to the next one. Yeah, TRIGREXAM. Manjeet, over to you. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for Team VisionBot. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Is it visible?
Yes, it is visible. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Manjeet. I'm building a Trigger ecosystem. It's a open community platform for our students and teachers and industry experts. So let's deep dive into the problem that we are solving. So just imagine that in internet ecosystem, if Google and Facebook like platform, if doesn't exist, then probably a lot of online business would not have thrived, and this thing would not have worked. So coming to the education segment, we all understand a little bit that online education going to be the major foothold because of primarily 3 reasons. One is that it gives the options to connect a lot of educators at the same times. A student can connect other student internationally and nationally. Also, online education gives the lot of time saving opportunity. At the same time, it's very budget friendly. So in the future, we can expect that online education is going to be major foothold. So, but in the COVID situation, what happened? A lot of education went online, but only majority of few coaching institutes and industry, these businesses were thriving. Lot of businesses are coming back to the offline. Why it is happening? It is, I probably, for my understanding, it is because of the missing of platform like a Google and Facebook who can really support them in marketing, and so that this online education ecosystem can exist. So by seeing this problem, we are building one community where teachers, student, and industry experts can connect each others and really can have a business and thriving ecosystem. So for building an ecosystem, primarily I'm using a 3 pain points that is missing in this industry. One is that content is not reliable. There are a lot of scattered content on internet, but there are very few portions where one can really rely on. And second thing, that a student is not able to connect peers because they are very locally connected. They are not able to connect like internationally, I mean, national level of students. And this is the opportunity. Information is also missing. A lot of people are not able to find out if someone is studying a mathematics, then what are the different opportunity for them. So this is also missing. So these 3 major points we are using for the community building platform. So this is the product that we are building. So probably anybody who can go to trigger.in and they can study some of the courses, and anybody can contribute to any topics. If someone feels that, okay, so these topics needs to be contributed, then they contribute, and they can launch the classroom where they can connect with the other students. If teachers are teaching, then teachers can also guide the students, and it is like a chat enabled. They can solve the questions together. It is voice enabled as well, where they can talk and converse each others. So this platform we are building as a community. Coming back to myself, why I chose to this industry. So because primarily one reason that I went to IT Roorkee in 2009 and graduated in 2013. Going into premium institution, from studying from premium institutions, putting so much hard work, I didn't find the worth for doing so much hard work, and in the end I was not happy with the results. And it is probably with a lot of users in India, probably they put a lot of hard work in the education, but still they don't end up anywhere. So this really made me sad, and I started working in education segment from then. And then I worked with few major institutions like KD Campus, Narayana. And then in 2018, I collaborated with my co-founder Dheeraj, who was also from IT Roorkee, and he's basically technology, and he's developed all the software. I'm more into HR, where I can really recognize the talent and put into the problem setting. And Saruk is the chief marketing officer. He's the one of the early employees of my company, and we stands of every keyword in my industry which is beneficial for my company. We rank in top 1 to 3. So he's done marvelous job in SEO. Raman, he's a BCA done in 2021, and he's a chief product officer doing a great job. He's also great programmer. And Parveen is the sales manager. He has done graduation from an IIT, and he has contributed a lot in the sales. If we talk about how can we earn the money, so basically if there are a lot of students and teachers together on the platform, we can promote the courses and reach the visibility through the ad and promotions. Then there will be few quality questions and solutions that will be paid, where a student needs to pay the some amount and they can access it. And once we'll have a popular platform, then a lot of institutions will come and will also pay for the listing. So this will be the major revenue channel. Apart from, there are many which is very small, but this can be the major revenue channel for my company. So we incorporated in 2018, and our whole direction has been building an educational ecosystem. So in 2018, we started with one test platform, a small test platform, and by 2022, we were able to roll out the full LMS video test and other aspect what is needed in teaching. And in 2021, we did 70 lakh revenue per year. But in 2020, we thought that we need the community so that this whole ecosystem can thrive. So we started focusing on little bit on community. 6 months ago, we just tested some of the initial traction, how it is going. So in 15 days, we just put this some content, and we thought that 500 users were coming on the platform on the daily basis. So I thought this is going to really go big. So we started building whole platform which can be scalable, and lot of people can contribute and make one communities. If you talk about the market, education market, so there are like a very large market, but primarily focus would be the private tuitions, where globally it is a $150 billion market, but in India it is the $40 billion market. And 20% I've seen personally from the offline, and also data is there that 20% of amount goes into the marketing. So total available market, because we want to tie up this marketing budget, we want to help them in marketing. So total marketing available market is $8 billion in India only, but if you see globally, it's a $30 billion. And there are different marketing channel like a YouTube, Facebook, which is not very dedicated to educational, but probably they are not even like a capture this 50% of the market. Total market right now available is like a more than 50%. That is going to be, if we talk about in India, it's a $4 billion, and if you talk about the globally, it could be the $15 billion. And even if we can achieve like a 20-25%, then it's going to be $1 billion, and globally.
Sorry to interrupt, last minute to go.
Yeah, sure. Let us talk about the market insight and things. So lately you would have seen a lot of these edtech companies not performing well, because there is a one reason that people get basic wrong, that educator market is much bigger than the brand market, and lot of right now is focusing on the brand market. That's why there is a little problem in the education segment. So educators should be forefront. And one interesting fact is that educators spend 30% of time on free education. Who is earning very good in this ecosystem? So 30% of time they are investing in the free education. So that energy we want to tap in Trigger ecosystem. And by working both 7 to 8 years, I have a 10 lakh students data and 10,000 educators data already, so that we can really build this platform. By seeing the
wrap up in 10 to 15.
Yes. So future roadmap, I have seen that in 2023, end of 2023, we'll have a 10 lakh student communities, and we will go for the Series A round. In end of 2024, I feel that student will be like a 1 crore communities, and 5,000 institute we will able to tie up to really enhance the education. And by the 2027, there will be 10 crore of a student community, 25,000 institutions, and we'll go for the IPO from 2027 onwards. And we are raising 3 crore at 20 crore valuation in the content creations, marketing and the development. And in the end, I would like to say that the education sector is going to be like a lot of unicorn will come out in coming years. And we want to be one of the major footholds. We want to work on the education student side as well as institute side, and create a strong brand over here. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Manjeet. Open for questions. Yeah, Chetan, you can ask your question.
Manjeet, just talk us through your financials. Where do you make money? How do you make money? And what are the next 3 years?
So before we launched LMS. So
आज बताइए ना, I mean, you'll get funding now, and from now onwards.
So abhi community say we don't have any revenue. We have a revenue through the selling the LMS. And through this LMS, we are generating almost 6 lakh per month.
And LMS is to schools?
LMS to the tuition coaching industry institutions where like a teaching app, testing, they need for the testing purpose, live classes, recorded video, fee collections. So this mobile app, we have built the mobile app as well the web platform.
तो अगले 3 साल में क्या प्लान है आपका?
अगले 3 साल में सर प्लान ये है कि एक कम्युनिटी क्रिएट करना जहाँ से इन सारे एडुकेटर्स जितने भी जो ऑनलाइन आना चाह रहे हैं, रीड करना चाह रहे हैं, सो दे कैन गेट मेजर होल्ड ऑफ इन द हेल्प इन द मार्केटिंग सेगमेंट. सो वील बी वर्किंग ऑन दिस कम्युनिटी building mostly. At the same time, we will be tying with most like a lot of education institutions, enhancing their education offering, like their tutorials, their like a delivery and everything, and connecting with a student and educators at the same time.
तो पैसा कैसे बनेगा?
Paisa sir, so if you help any institute in marketing at the same time, also in the content, almost 20-25% you will able to get it from that.
20-25% of what?
Of revenue of coaching institute.
Oh, अच्छा. और आप 3 साल में प्रॉफिटेबल हो जाएंगे?
Profitable तो अभी है सर, पर like if we like go through that, so we can always like we can balance between the communities and this tie up with different institutions. So anytime if we want to go with the profitability, we can really reverse it out.
Thank you.
Yeah, any other questions? Okay, fine, Manjeet. Yeah. Thanks. So next we have SCOOPPIN, who's a cohort 3 startup. So it's new for all the panelists. So over to you, Ragesh. Yeah, you can share your screen and share your pitch. And 10 minutes for the pitch, Ragesh. Rakesh, we can't hear you. We can see your screen. We can't hear you here.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's on mute. Okay. Hi, everyone. I'll quickly get into the presentation and then we can open it up for a discussion, right? Okay. So my name is Rakesh G. Menon. Namaste. And I'm the founder of SCOOPPIN.com. And SCOOPPIN is world's first on-demand and managed recruitment, trainers recruitment marketplace. So we are highly specialized in recruiting the trainers, and our forte is that we ensure immediate right fitting and pre-verified trainer profiles for the organizations. And how we do it, we have a unique profile aggregation software which creates sourcing very comfortable, right, on a system. And our we use unconnected market to connect with each other, and that's where our USP lies. How it works, I'll come to that. To start with, our vision to build world's largest database of pre-verified and readily available trainers, and our mission is to create instant job satisfaction for our organizations when we are looking out for the trainers in the market, and the ease of onboarding the trainers. And the goal is to ensure regular, right fitting, and credible trainers onboarded for all the organizations, right, using technology. And the problem statement is currently there is inaccessibility to reliable and ready source of trainers in the market. There is no place that people still rely on Naukri and LinkedIn, where it is all scattered, and you'll still have to dig out those trainers from and it kind of takes the time out of the sourcing. If you look at the potential addressable market, it's $100 billion world over, the training market, and $32 billion Indian training market out of that, and $30 million is per month is the serviceable market across India. And out of that, 50 organizations with over 15 million annual training budget is what we are actually targeting to onboard with us. And if you see the user profile, there are 3 profiles. Trainers are the sourcing partners who help us to source these trainers, and corporates. For trainers who are regularly looking for a job, cannot market themselves, and have a credible and proven profile, right? Sourcing partners who have sourcing capability cannot find their own clients and are stuck because of the cash flow issues. And corporates who have regular trainer needs, limited internal capability to source these trainers, and looking for a sourcing help. So this is what our user profile looks like, and the value from a trainer stakeholder sourcing partners perspective, more earning per effort is what we provide, and access to bigger pool of clients for them. So reduces their turnaround time by 80% to get onboarded. And corporates, quick access to relevant profile and pre-verified trainer profiles at their doorstep, right? So wider market access and single window operations for end-to-end trainer sourcing and managing their payroll. That's what we provide. And the current available solutions are not adaptive for that because they look into Naukris and LinkedIn of the world, which is not created for trainer sourcing, right? So in short, if you're into training business, the conventional recruitment system doesn't work. And that's where our solution comes into picture. Our solution comprises of corporates, trainers, and the partners, vendors who actually makes this possible. The existing system and a different, completely on an automated steroid, right? If you see the profile, ours is a profile aggregation software. For the corporate, it actually connects the credible trainers who are available and whose skill sets are matching. And for the trainers and vendors, it creates assured business with the calendar and cost confirmed, right? So if you see the product framework, we come in the middle as a middleware. So we do everything right from profile aggregation to sequencing, deduplication, onboarding, invoicing, payroll, you name it, the entire sequence of activities is required for a trainer to be onboarded. We make it happen through the PaaS system, and the organization gets an opportunity to directly get the sourcing from sourcing partners and individual trainers. So it's a wider market, and then they receive the profiles, they confirm the intake, and through SCOOPPIN, the intake happens, right? Our profit margin in this is 80% of our revenue is direct cost, and 20% is our neat gross margin. And how it works, very simple. Let's take the scenario of NIIT, who needs all these kinds of trainers required. In the current context, they need to go and source or connect with all these partners directly, right? It's very difficult. 10 partners, 15 partners they can do. After that, they get stuck. So that is where SCOOPPIN comes into picture as a middleware. And SCOOPPIN does this job using technology. And for NIIT, Omega, VLA, and other clients, SCOOPPIN becomes one single point of contact. That way, we are building the database. And whoever comes later on, let's say team leads, they get the access to the entire database that we have already built and pre-verified. So that's how we build it. So over a period of time, it has a compounding effect, right? And it comes to the efficiency of our system. A simple case study shows that, see, in a typical scenario, this is a real case study where we have served Omega, team leads, and NIIT, and so much of invoice have been kind of raised. Of that, if in a conventional system, 12 different vendors would have needed, where we could do it with 5 different vendors. And revenue per vendor would have been 11 lakhs. We had made it 27 lakhs, which means more value per effort. And we have a very steady 20% net cash revenue with us. And the other case, we don't know what it is, right? That's the kind of scenario that we're talking about. Hence, we are standing in a very different level compared to the other players. Nobody has been able to think at this level. So we stand from a digitization point of view and automation point of view, we are at the top, right? Now, customer acquisition plan, we plan to acquire 50 premium customers by 2025. So 10 high value customers by 22, 10 lakhs per average revenue, and one CR MRR overall, and taking it to 50 premium customers by 2025 in next 3 years. The roadmap, if you see, at the product level, initially we are focusing on usability, horizontal scale, then automation, then analytics, then MIS, modularization, and vertical scale. And from a features perspective, CV upload and reporting is what we are doing now. Deduplication is already done. Creating MIS partially done. And then access controls, we are partially done. Verification and security, finance mapping, and personalized experience. This is our roadmap currently for the features, right? Now, in terms of clientele, we are already working with all these clients, GLA, NIIT, Times Pro, Omega, and iNurture, and in talks with these companies such as PC, Bacardia, Siemens, OpenText, and NTT. Revenue chart, we have handled about 250 requirements. 41 requirements was 1 year is flying with us. And we have clocked a revenue of 47 lakhs with 14, it's actually 20 closes now. And total confirmed business is about 80 lakhs as of now. And new business target is about 4 years for the next 1 year. That's the best case scenario. And to achieve this, we need a system with technology and automation as the base, and team and process coming on top of it, targets, closes, and customer experience both equally mapped, and reports and feedbacks to sustain this whole mechanism with a continuous improvement, innovation, and scale put into practice. So this is our entire system framework that we have in this that we need to have, right? We're already on the road towards that. We need fund to enable these market channels. So all these market channels we have already identified. Some of this is already kind of enabled. The rest of the things we need to enable, and we need funds for that. And our team is ready with technology product, go-to-market strategy, and the X Factor, which is our PaaS system. We are prepared for market promotion, large-scale promotion, and team hiring. And we need help in product enhancement, team and market expansion, and securing our moat. And for that, we are looking for an investment of 1 year at 20 CR valuation. This is the valuation that we got done 3 years back. I didn't change it yet because I felt the first investor who comes in is more of a partner than just an investor for us. So we are looking forward to partner with the first investor who will be always close to SCOOPPIN, And use of proceeds, 20% will go into our product R&D, 40% to sales and marketing, 30% cash flow management, and 10% to 10% on manpower consulting, right? Approximate burn rate is 10 lakhs eventually. Right now it is about 3 lakhs. We are scaling our burn rate as we grow. We are not kind of having 10 lakhs right now and then we are trying to catch up with that, right? If we have 10 lakhs of revenue, we ensure that our burn rate is within the 20% of that, because 80% is direct cost is in any case. We don't play around with the direct cost. We only play around with the gross margin with us.
Last minute to go.
Yeah, we are done actually. So this is the team. Myself, I take care of the business and the operations and everything which is apart from the technology, and Mithun takes care of technology. I'm also a part of technology from a solution architecting point of view. Being myself a technologist, I do the solutionizing, and Mithun does the ground level coding. Yeah, this is our governance team. Shiv is our own Shiv, who has been mentoring me very closely for last almost 6 months, and Girish has been there thick and thin all throughout. And Sarthy is our governance team as of today, and we intend to expand this team to the next level in the coming years. Thank you.
Yeah, good. You are on time, Rakesh. Yeah, open for questions.
No questions, Girish, is either I've done a very bad job or I've done a good job.
I have a question.
Yes, please, Manjula.
Okay, fine. So when you just bring this, I can understand what you're just bringing the trainer, but how do you ensure once you just onboard the trainer, they're going to stay with you, or the corporate is going to stay with you?
We don't need to. We are least bothered about that. Our job is to connect the trainers, number one. Second thing is, how do we connect this? We have two models, freemium and premium. In the freemium model, we are actually letting the market to interact with each other. We are actually, that's our journey towards discovering this whole market. So for some part of the market, we let it happen. Some part of the market, we have a very close control. For example, when we are dealing with NIIT, team leads, and GLAs of the world, we have a very tight contract with them. And the contract cannot be tampered. It's a proper contract signed off by the executive directors of the company. So such companies never indulge into direct hiring, right? If at all they do, they tell us upfront, Rakesh, this is our policy. For example, team lead tells us that after 1 year, you cannot guarantee that we will not have your trainers on, directly onboarded. So we said, it's okay, fine, okay. But 1 year we'll have your service, right? We'll make money out of that. After that, we'll find team leads too, So this is how it happens. And in this particular thing, that threat is not there because it's a gig economy. It's a freelance economy, freelance trainers economy. And freelance trainers don't work the way the company wants. They need assurity. They need a proper, governance. When the companies are directly connecting with the trainers, most of the companies do not have a policy for that. They always connect through a vendor. Now, the problem with the company is not that they are not able to directly connect with the trainer. The problem is after 10 vendor, 15 vendor, they are not able to sustain that model. They need one single master service provider who can actually handle this entire system down the line. That's where we are coming and pitching. So we are at this level of pitch when we compare in the market compared to the vendors who are the normal players, right? So we bring in everyone under our umbrella, and after that, it becomes very difficult to break it. So that's a small problem that I don't want to worry about too much right now. We have already half done it for last 5 years, and we found that there's no point in that.
Got it. Okay, fine. And the revenue model, is it just a subscription or every trainer you get paid?
Yeah, every trainer we get paid, handsomely paid. And we ensure that we have a 20% gross margin for every single thing. So we are unit level profitable. So that's the reason why we are not looking for a scale beyond, no, we are not in Byju's kind of a model where we want to simply expand. We are unit level profitable and we want to maintain that scale. And that's the quality that we want to ensure.
Okay, makes sense. Thank you.
Hi, this is Chetan. I just have one question. You mentioned in your pitch that looking that there is a word called credible trainers. So question is, how do you get comfortable that the person who is representing himself or herself is credible?
Very simple. We have a natural model which the system takes care of it. First and foremost thing is we do our assessment. Any trainer who is put up with any organization, we do first level assessment wherein we verify them against the resume or the CV that they give to us, right? Some questions can easily bring it out. So it's very easy. It's not that difficult task. Second thing is we run it through the first organization, and the first organization takes the pain of interviewing that person. And that becomes our input. And we know after the first interview that has already happened with an organization, whether he's a reject or select, we know the quality of the trainer because they would have got the best person to interview. And after that, that person's credibility is sealed at a certain level. Now we have benchmarked. Then after that, it's very easy because the trainer is a repeatable product. It's only the first time that you need to have. So all these mechanisms we use to come at the credibility of the trainer.
I like your optimism about the corporate sending the right kind of person to interview and therefore become successful. However, what if it was a bad day?
Bad days happen. We cannot lose it. I just got one client who interviewed a trainer, and after 2 weeks, he was sent back home with the simple reason that he's teaching from YouTube. Yeah, it happens. When we have onboarding 20 trainers, one trainer naturally comes in that. But as long as it is 1 out of 30 or 40, I know it is absolutely fine. But if that ratio is high, then we need to be very careful, which is not the case in our case, right? Rarely it happens. And that's okay. That's a part and parcel of the operations problem that we need to resolve. And it's not, we are not the only person who is having that problem. Everyone is facing this problem. So eventually we will find a solution when the system matures for itself in the next level. It will have ratings and things in place, automated ratings, the AI will kick in. That's when we will be able to kind of seal out these small problems. So right now, since that's not really bothering me, I'm keeping it aside, like the way you said, very correctly you have pointed it out. We know this problem is there, but that's not really bothering us right now because the ratio is very less.
Thank you.
Yeah, any more questions? Meanwhile, you can stop sharing screen and RAPTECH can share the screen. If there's one last question, we can take it. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I think no more questions. Thanks, Ragesh. Yeah.
Thank you.
Over to you, Shyam and Shiv. Yeah, thanks.
I'm Shiv Kumar Ganesh, founder of RAPTECH. Along with me, I have Shyam, who is the co-founder. So the problem what we are trying to solve is the owners of the small businesses who are in growth or expansion stage, they struggle with unorganized, disconnected, and non-real data for making a better decision. So this happens because when small business starts to grow, they get into, the department gets formed, and due to lack of coordination and communication between the departments leads to organization silos. Each of those departments start adapting technologies to do their day-to-day activities, and which leads to data silos. The isolated data from this standalone systems makes it very difficult for the owners extracting the insights and driving the decision. The solution is like a single platform which eliminates the organization's silos for the better communication and coordination, and it also eliminates need of multiple technologies to do their day-to-day activities, which ultimately breaks down the data silos. Connected real-time data from a single source makes the owners to enables the owners to make the critical decision for their growth or expansion of the business, which is achieved by our product RAPTECH. RAPTECH is a SaaS-based collaborative business management platform that enables owners of growing companies to maximize profit by making real-time data-driven decision. This is achieved by integrating the processes of lead to quote, order to cash, purchase to pay, and record to report. So this platform brings all the departments in one single platform, like sales, they will be able to manage their leads, collaborate with the operations, get the cost estimate, prepare the proposal, and send it to the customer. So the lead to quote process is taken care. Then after negotiating with the customer, they get an order, they deliver, they raise the invoice, receive the payment. Order to cash process is taken care in this platform. When they have an order, definitely there will be procurement of goods and services, getting the quotes, placing the order to the vendor, getting the goods and services, and making the payment. That entire process is taken care in this platform. Finally, recording the accounting and financial transactions and enabling the owners to get the real-time reports, which drives decision, is what this platform does for small businesses. So in the founding team, myself, I have 25 years of experience in supply chain procurement and enterprise solution, have held leadership role across professional services, support services in various product companies. Sham also equally comes with the same amount of experience. We both are together from 25 years in different companies. He has held management roles in operation, projects, and implementation. At RAPTECH, I am leading global sales, partner development, technology, and investor relationship, whereas Sham is taking care of India sales, engineering, operations, and finance. So we have a very strong team of 20 members to take care of various aspects of the business, right from research and product management to development and QA and implementation and support. We are also supported by a list of advisors. Ramesh helps us with the product architecture. Dr. Tony Ponaya, with his experience, is helping us in strategy and investments. Subramaniam is an entrepreneur and author, so he helps us in sales process, sales and marketing. Divya Prakash is helping us in technology, and of course, Sarthy team has helped us putting together the business model. So the target customers whom we are looking is like manufacturers, trade and distributors, and contract-based services companies. Geographically, we are planning to be in India, US, and MENA region. So the kind of businesses we are looking is small businesses with an annual revenue between 10 to 250 crores in India, $5 to $75 million in overseas, or having 50 to 300 companies. These are the growing companies, and they have this challenge. So we're in growth stage and looking for an integrated solution and want to transition from spreadsheet to automated apps. We have already implemented in last 3 years about 120 beta customers. So these are our marquee customers. India is in services, whereas High Flow, they are in India. High Flow and Exit, they are into trading, based out in Ghana. We have a big bottle company, Nigeria, they are into manufacturing, and Microtech Polymer again into manufacturing. So most of the challenges what they have is tracking the cost, tracking the inventory, multiple system, no visibility, no control. So post RAPTECH, they are able to achieve all of their challenges. So the market available is like SaaS is growing, ERP, CRM, and P2P technology market is growing at least a minimum of 10 to 12 CAGR. Even though it's a very, very big market, we have about close to 180 million businesses out in the world. So the available market where we are targeting is there's close to 350 companies in the revenue range. We are looking in USA, close to 330,000 companies in India, and about 250,000 companies in MENA. So we have close to 1 million companies where we will be able to approach them. The competitive advantage of this solution is this is a collaborative transactional platform. So it enables department to collaborate and make the transaction. For example, a sales has to send a proposal. They have to collaborate with the operation to get the cost estimate, take an approval of management, create a proposal, and then send the proposal and manage the entire stuff until the order. So the system enables them to collaborate with each different departments and make it easy. Again, the data is optimized, ready for reporting. So there's no need of deduplicating, cleansing, and everything. So the platform is a self-service mode and easily consumable. So mostly the small businesses, they can start configuring instead of heavily customizing to start using them. So the sales strategy is once the market qualified lead is through, we do a discovery and demo discussion, then send a proposal, get an order, kick off and go live. So our sales strategy is outbound sales, which generates market qualified leads, works with inside sales team to close the deals. And we also have a channel partners who are software reseller, IT consultant, tech companies to work with our inside sales and then close the deals. So our revenue model, it's a subscription based, it's a SaaS company. So monthly and yearly subscription, we make money through one-time implementation efforts. And in case if there are any specific customization and priority support requirement, we make money out of that. So we have 3 packages to serve different range of customers. In India, it starts from 750 per user until it goes up to 4,000 per user per month. And overseas, it starts from $129, it goes up to $299 per user per month. So traction, so far what we have done is like we have 30 referral partners. We have done 120 implementation in beta and stage. We have 40 commercial customers in India, 6 in MENA. We have done 1.2 crores in revenue till date. The risks and so the risk is challenges in go-to-market. There are many methods. We want to ensure that we use the right method. Then longer lead to cash cycles. We want to optimize that through buyer journey, risk of scaling. So we want to ensure using a balanced scaling methods. We do that. As of today, gaps, the sales and marketing, we need a team with a strong marketing and account-based selling skills. We need a partner ecosystem to expand ourselves in India, US, and MENA region. Of course, investment and connection for the business development. So we are raising, till now we have raised, we both have infused 1.13 crores. We have raised about 1.89 crores in debt and 1.5 crores in debt equity, and we are asking 3 crores on a convertible note. Predominantly, it is, since the product is ready, it is already validated. Predominantly, we are looking for sales and marketing, and 80% of it goes to sales and marketing and 20% on operations. So post financials with that infusions, we are looking next by 26-27 to make about 30 crores in revenue and acquiring about 800 customers across these 3 regions. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm open for the question.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Shiv. Yeah, we are open for questions for RAPTECH.
This is Manoj.
Yes.
And yeah, nice product. I think it seems to cover a lot of things. What I was a little curious about was that the new funding that you're seeking, none of it is for product development. Is that right?
Yes, sir. We have already, product is almost matured. As I said, about like up to $100 million companies already using it. So only any new enhancement and global fit is which will be taken care as a part of an operations, the 20% what we are seeking.
And so you already have customers in the US for this?
US, I have just come into US. We have customers in India and MENA region. Last month I've come into US. I am in US. I'm doing the business development. I've already spoken to about 20 customers. 5 of them are showing interest, hoping to close a few of them in coming months.
Because as far as the financial accounting and all is concerned, I mean, the US GAAP standards are different. So that is why I was just wondering if your product will not need.
Yeah. We have already made the product compatible for that. And for the taxation and the other compliance, we are using engines from other providers like Avalara. So we are ready with the compliance, what is required for the US market and MENA market as well.
And Manoj is in the US only. So that's why, yeah. Great. Yeah, Adil, go ahead. Adil has a question.
Hi, Shiv.
Yeah, hello, sir.
Fantastic. I think the smaller businesses in the market needed such kind of a product.
Right,
and I was, when all these Zohos and all came into the market with a little bit of such technology platform for the small businesses, it was a very welcoming move. And then now what you have presented, I think it definitely encourages these startups to go in for this and become more dynamic in nature and effective and things like that. But also along with this comes a question to you. Has there been any testimonials in the beta testing that you've done on 120 organization?
Yes, sir. These are some customers validation, as I said. So Tele-India, iFlow, X-Interior, Big Bottle, and Microtech Polymers. So we do have testimonials from these companies and where we have shown a big difference in their processing. We do have other companies like who has given close to 20 companies have given us a good testimonial and change in their processes.
Oh, very good. I think that is what speaks volumes. But on the other side, also tell me, which you would know very well, that when you're targeting the smaller sector, constantly there is a shift in their, pivoting, the business models, everything, changes as you go by. And how much does your technology framework restricts the dynamism and also the strategic part of the business? Because there are a lot of templates which you have to create. You're fixed with those, right? Sales to technical team. If there is something has to flow, it has to flow within the templates and within the limited designs. So does it restrict the dynamism and the strategic part of the business, especially at that stage?
To an extent, what we have done is we have tried to bring a configurability of those dynamisms. Like, say, for example, in sales or whatever processes they're doing, we have tried to create a configurable templates. Again, that's the reason we are restricting ourselves between this revenue range and this employees. We know what dynamism this application can support with the configurations. So we have built that. Once they cross this range, yes, we will not be able to support within this platform at this point of time. But whatever we can do, we have bought it in as a configuration for this companies.
Yeah, you've answered my question very well, Shiv, and that also brings to the question that who asked? Somebody else asked.
Manoj, yeah, Manoj.
Manoj asked that there is no spend on the product development. So you may want to, look at that part, because this will be a constant, because the target segment that you're looking at, that undergoes constant changes, and your platform needs to have that scope. So the development, you have to keep a budget for that.
No, sir, I am keeping a budget. I'm sorry if I have answered that. 20% of our budget goes to R&D. That's what I meant. Okay, so that we have kept 20% of our budget to the R&D. There is a constant development, product evolves. So there is no end for product evolvement, because as we grow, the dynamism of the market, the companies, and the new technologies changes, we are keeping 20% of our profits for research and development. That's what I meant. So we are not using it from the investment amount. We are using it from the money what we are making for the technology and development. That's what I meant. So basically this investment we are looking for marketing and sales, and to do the operations of whatever we have sold. But definitely there is a budget for the product as a part of a complete costing.
Yeah.
Sure.
Thanks, Shyam. Thanks, Shiv. Yeah.
Thank you.
So we will go to the next presentation for today. And thanks everyone for maintaining the tempo and asking the right questions. Over to Aditya, Team STEAMIFIED. Yeah. Over to you, Aditya.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Good evening. This is Aditya. We are building startup called STEAMIFIED. Okay. So our vision is to build a global ecosystem for children to master 21st century skills through education, design, and play. Now, to do that, we are enabling it through our mission of building a game-based learning platform. I hope everyone is able to see the screen.
Yeah, it's not gone. Slide done. Now it's one. Yeah, continue.
Yeah. So let me introduce our team. The slide is not going forward. Just hold on. Yeah. So I'm Aditya, and I'm the CEO. I've been an entrepreneur for a decade. I've built 2 startups, especially in EdTech. Before that, I come from
I think we lost Aditya. Anyone else is there from STEAMIFIED?
Yes, I'm here. This is Neerja. I'm just checking.
Yeah, okay. I think maybe a power outage or something. Yeah, Vasu, you are ready? Yeah, we can go to STODO and then come back to STEAMIFIED when he joins back. Vasu, you are ready? STODO?
Yeah.
Go ahead,
I'm ready.
Vasu. Yeah, you can share your screen and you can start STODO presentation. Go ahead.
Okay. The screen is visible?
Yeah, it is coming. Yeah, it's visible now. Go ahead.
Yeah. Good evening to all. So I'm Vasudevan from STODO team. So the name STODO comes from the store to door, the next gen quick commerce platform. So our vision is to provide the quality groceries and healthy food items in minutes by providing competitive pricing for all the customers. And the mission is
Vasu, you can turn on the video also if possible. If your network is fine, just turn on your video so that we can see you also.
Yes, sure.
Continue, Vaspriya.
Yeah.
We can see you, Vasp. Go ahead.
You can see, right? The vision is to provide 30 minutes delivery to the customers from the verified sellers, and we'll offer wide range of products to choose and compare the prices across the sellers. The problem what we are going to solve is, for offline grocery shopping, is a time-consuming process, and finding quality groceries and healthy food items is increasingly very difficult now. And also lack of single window outlets in several localities to buy groceries like provisional loose items and sweets, kara, and pet supplies, chicken, meat, these kind of items. And the consumers have to purchase multiple outlets, and they will take more time to visit more than one shops to buy more products. And moreover, the local shops and the retailers are not providing the transparent pricing. The solution what we are going to solve is, we will build a strong platform, and it will provide the transparent pricing and doorstep delivery within 30 minutes with a strong delivery network. And we will provide wide variety of merchants in one place. And the customers can compare the prices across the sellers, and they can order and they get it. And option to buy farm fresh products from their nearby stores, from the shops, and order within a minutes in the app without delay. We have app and web. You can see the quick process flow. So we have a platform. Customer can order the items through by their either they can go by product or they can go by their favorite shops or sellers. The seller will get notified and asked to accept the order. Once it is accepted, the delivery boy will get notified and asked to accept the order. So after that, the customer can track the entire status, and they will get the scratch card once it is completed the order, and they will get a web chat app for communication and for tracking, and for return also the process is there. The revenue model is, we will get a seller's pay commission from 5% to 30%. It differs from sellers to sellers and products to product to product. And in-platform advertising fee from multiple sellers and brands, and commission on affiliate partnership with selected brands. The execution plan we can see. For phase 1, we are going to launch in Bangalore 3 pin codes by next month. So MVP we are going to launch it, and the platform is in final testing. So the phase 2 is, we're planning to launch in 5 locations, and phase 3 we are going to launch in entire Bangalore by January 2022. And the phase 4 we are going to start operations in other metropolitan cities like Chennai, Mumbai, Delhi, etc. And the marketing plan we have is extensive BTL marketing campaigns in local stores, and the micro-influencer campaign, the targeted digital marketing, and the sellers and vendors associated in merchandising, referral ads. So we can see the market opportunity. So India is having very huge potential, and the e-commerce industry is expected to grow by $188 billion in 2025 and $350 billion by 2030. So we can see the middle level, it has increased rapidly from 380 million to 540 billion. The current market of 35 billion USD is to grow at a rate of 25% CAGR over the next 5 years. And India will have 1 billion smartphone users by the year 2026, with rural areas driving the sale of internet-enabled phones, which will additionally opportunity for STODO. So India is having the second largest internet user base, which exceeds 450 million today. So the market size is $100 billion. In that, we are going to just tap $2 million. That is our aim. And this is going to expand in 24 to 36 months. The internet penetration expects to almost double by 60% by 2022. Existing players like Zepto, Blinkit, Swiggy, and other players, they captured $0.37 billion as of. So we can see the unit economics languages. We can see the go-to-market strategy. We offer delivery partners incentives in proportion to their earnings. So it will be a win-win for both the sides. And based on the ordering, we will charge a minimum fee of 10 per kilometer to users. It depends. The order value is more, the delivery fee will be less. When the order value is less and the distance is less, the delivery fee will be nominal for the customer. So we can see when order value is 350, we have a commission rate, example 15%. The commission fee is 52.5. The delivery charge we can take for 2 kilometers per day. And the gross margin we will get is 51.4%. So the difference we can see is we have an extensive quality team to do the audit check, routine and audit check also. And we have a guidelines to check for the categories, what are the things to be checked to the sellers. And we will do it for all the sellers. And we will enabling local shops to sell their products directly to the consumers at scale. And we will provide wide and considerable option range for customers. So the team we can say, myself Vasudevan, co-founder, I have a 5 years experience in defining market requirements and implementation of e-commerce platforms to demonstrate the experience in developing and implementing marketing campaigns. And Rekha, she's having 2 years experience in computer science background with idea generation, idea screening, concept development, testing, and marketing. And our advisor Sujit Kapoor is having an IT industry background with deep technical and analytical skills in product backend architecture, project management, and corporate communications. And Sarthy Ventures is our mentor. Yes. And the milestone we can see is if from this next month, October 2022, we are going to launch MVP web and Android app. Now it is almost ready. By November, we can expect 50,000 users in 8 locations in Bangalore. And by December to January, we are expecting 500,000 users from Bangalore, across the Bangalore's, and we are expected revenue of 250,000 per day. And we are expected for 1 million downloads during this festive season. And for next February to March next year, we are planning to launch iOS MVP and updated user experience for Android users. And for the Q1 of 2023. We expected 10 million downloads with advanced AI powered shopping experience. And for Q3 to Q4, we plan to launch Series A. And Q3 to Q4, we are target $50 million with VR-based shopping experience. The funding, what we are going to ask is 5 CR with a 10% equity dilution from the exit potential with a minimum 5 times growth. And we are expected to become operationally profit in 18 months. The fund, what we are going to in place is for 20% scaling and building technical infrastructure, and 25% user acquisition, and 35% expand to new 250 plus locations in 6 to 8 months, and 20% for team expansion. Thanks for your valuable time.
Yeah, thanks, Vasu. Your co-founder is also there in the call?
Yeah, no, she is not there actually. She's not well.
Yeah, we are open for questions. Yeah.
Madhavan, a quick question. See, I'm not that familiar with Indian market and I just recently visited. So how is the value proposition different from what Dunzo does today?
Yeah, Dunzo actually, they're doing. They're having their own warehouses and limited stores only they have tie-up. So not all the like provisional items and the sweets, cara and bakery items, birthday cake items. So these kind of stores.
But I can order anything from any store and they'll go pick up and come, right? That's what I did.
No, now that they are not doing. Initially, they started like that. Now they have listed the products. First, it will show their warehouse. So each area they have their warehouse. So it will go to that. And some stores they have linked, like big super, like not big, these are medium-sized supermarkets. They're linked. So through that they can do it. Not for all the these dry fruit shops, chicken, mutton shops, and this loose items they're providing, provisional shops. Those they are not having tie-ups.
I see. Okay. Yeah, I didn't realize that because I mean I was ordering random stuff from random places. They were always delivering. So I thought, wow, this is amazing actually.
Yes, actually they have a limited stocks. That fast moving only they will keep it. Roughly it will take 500 to 600 products. Out of that it will keep rotating.
So US also you have fast commerce, 10-minute delivery, Madhavan?
No, you don't. I was in India recently.
I know you were in India, but in US you don't have this service. So STODO should launch in US.
Does this. Yeah, Uber Eats will do, but not this pick up anything from anywhere and deliver. I don't know if they go to that level.
Okay. Uber Eats is more Swiggy. They are not
Swiggy kind of thing, yes.
They don't deliver bread, eggs, vegetables, fruits. They don't deliver that, right?
Distacart has tied up with all the stores to deliver at home here right now. Yeah,
Okay.
that's a separate solution, Instacart. Yeah.
Okay.
There is a vendor called DoorDash also in Seattle. I mean, recently when they do that, but it's no comparison at all. India is much ahead as far as
Much ahead,
is
India.
concerned.
Yeah.
And they have a huge delivery cost also passed on to the customer. So that was a big shocker to me. I mean, when I experienced that. So there's no comparison, I think.
Okay. Any other questions for STODO?
Yeah, I mean, same thing. I think Mahadevan's concern. I mean, did I hear initially you saying that, I mean, you were positioning this for villages?
No, right now there is no villages. Only for metropolitan cities we are trying. So these kind of categories.
Because
those who are having the shops, those who are having these kind of categories, they can enroll and they can onboard it on our platform, and it will be visible to customers near to 4 kilometers. Only for metropolitan cities as of now.
Yeah, Vasu, I think in that case you need to go back to the drawing board and check the product market fitment, because in today's era where anything between 10 minutes to 30 minutes everything gets delivered, it will be very difficult for you to justify or communicate. See, what I'm trying to say is finally, I mean, you are still at an MVP stage, right? I mean, there is no social proof or the testimonials or acceptance in the market right now. But even at the outlook from the presentation, it very clearly doesn't come out as to what the value proposition, strong value proposition of the product market fitment is. Okay, so I mean, you need to go and do a bit of rework on that and come back, because right now it's not looking very exciting. Sorry to say. Thank you. Anybody else can go.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we are on time. So over to you, Aditya. You can share your screen, and this time I hope no power outage. Yeah, over to you. Thanks, Vasu.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, hi. This is Aditya again. I'm really sorry for the break. Yeah, I'm not able to still share my screen. Yeah, so someone has to stop sharing their screen.
Vasu, you can stop sharing your screen, Vasu.
All right.
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Okay. So I'm Aditya again. So let me just talk about our startup, STEAMIFIED. The vision is to build a global ecosystem for children to master 21st century skills through education, design, and play. And we intend to do it through our mission of building a game-based learning platform. But then at the end of it, it's going to be powered by young creators, which means the children can create their content on this platform. So first, let me introduce my team. Myself, Aditya. I'm a two-time entrepreneur. Been there in the grind for a decade. I've built 2 startups. I started as a strategy consultant, but then shifted more into technology, and I do web implementations now. Also along with me is David, who helps me with 3D development. He's been a game developer entrepreneur himself. And he has built several simulation labs for various universities. Also, I have Nirja with me, who's my life partner as well as the business partner. She looks into academics. Also on the team is Shreya. She's right now as a consultant. She looks into operations, but then right now me and David are able to handle the DevOps. So she is right now acting as a consultant. She is in fact interestingly worked with one of our close competitors. Also, we do have a design consultant, and complementing our team is our mentor and investor. Few of the mentors here would be knowing Dr. Shrikant Sundararajan. He's a general partner at Venture East VC. and he's an early investor in Topper and Ether and so on, many successful companies. Now, coming back to the team, there's also a set of interns that we have. These are interns whom I've taught in the classroom while I was building products, EdTech products. So we and them came together with this solution for a global problem. So let me first take you through the problem. Before I take you through the problem, coming after business B2B pitches and other pitches, I would request you all to think in terms of a parent or even better is a student. If you can put yourself in a student's shoes, then let's look at what happened in 2000s. Before 2000s, it was majorly text-based learning for students. And then came a revolution by Khan Academy or YouTube or Byju's. They brought in video visualization. Then students quickly shifted to video-based learning. But now they're finding, with online classes and a lot of video content, they're getting bored with it. They're not engaged with it. They're not able to interact with it. Now there's a next revolution that's going to happen in terms of interaction with the media, which leads to game-based learning. This you can see in a natural transition from the media that the students use to learn, textbooks, and then came laptops and pads. And then came the mobile, which is the best distribution channel right now. And then in the future, VR headsets and so on. So as parents, you must have gone through buying these devices for your children, and you know how well they use it. Now let's go further into what's the problem happening in this shift that is happening, paradigm shift that's happening. What we are seeing is in the schools, whether it is US or India or Europe, wherever it is, we see a huge drop in terms of engagement. Now, this graph shows us if a student is moving up the class, increasing their grades, now what happens is their engagement falls down. And parallel to that, what NCERT has observed is as the students grow in grades in classes, then their learning outcomes actually decrease. So this is a key problem overall in the world. And with the facts of the numbers in terms of the students in EdTech, nobody needs an explanation in terms of numbers in India. There's 260 million, but then we are kind of targeting those students who own and use mobile phones, which is 80 million. And in US, it is about 32 million students who own mobile devices. Now, coming to this problem of engagement, where does it actually reflect in the industry, in EdTech, let's say? Now, if you look at the various education apps as investors, you must have seen the biggest challenge will be the activation rates. The activation rates or the retention rates of the students are as low as 4% when it is compared to something like a gaming app or something, which average goes around to 35% activation rates of the customer. So this is the base of the problem that I've come to from the previous startup as well, when I was building 2D technologies, LMS, and so on. Now let's look at the problems. Now that was a very large problem, engagement at a top level. Now let's go top to bottom, one by one problem sets. We have identified two key problem sets. One is, let's say, Anusha. She's 17-year-old. She is preparing for a medical exam. She wants to be a doctor. She has to give an exam called NEET. Now for that, she needs to score well in physics. That is her biggest challenge. But for her, learning in the classroom with other students with the same methods, like teaching on the board or watching a video, that is challenging for her. She needs more visualization. She needs to do and learn. This is her challenge. Now, like her, there are about 4 million students per year. Now, further deep down, if we go into school students, this is Monish. He's a gamer. He plays games like Minecraft and so on. Now, naturally, he is finding the media like textbook and videos very challenging to follow and learn. So to reach to these students, the main influencers we are standing on is the teacher referrals and the YouTube channels. Now, in terms of how do we actually take the product to them, it is through teachers, coaching centers, or schools. Now let's look at what is the solution that we have. This is the value proposition that we give. We are mainly focused on 14 to 18-year age group, and we are solving that problem of disengagement with traditional learning by using a game-based learning platform. And this helps them visualize and interact with the media. And we also engage them through gamification so that their learning outcomes are better and they perform better in exams. Now, the unique selling point of what we are giving them becomes something where the students themselves can create such experiences. Now, what are these experiences? What kind of experiences? Now, what you see on the right side of the screen is a simulation that is built to for the students to understand how a spring mass system works. Now, this is a very custom script that we write. We write the code about how the spring works and what are these tools that they can visualize with, like graphs and so on. All these are custom built scripts that we are developing. Now, in terms of features, okay, now when someone uses this on a mobile phone like a game, but it is purposed to learn, it can be used as a learning aid, teaching aid, and also the analytics from these interactions and the actions go directly to the parents and teachers.
Sorry to disturb, last minute to go.
Yeah. So this is our GTM that we have. We reach to the students through teachers and coaching centers. Now, how do we do that is in terms of when the teacher, someone who is teaching online or offline, they refer this content, this app, this platform to the students. And then as soon as the students use it, that's when we take it to the coaching center and then say, okay, your 10 students are using it and having great performance. Now, can you take the subscription for rest of your students? That is where the revenue model comes in. What we are planning is 1,000 rupee would be the annual fee for subscription, but initially we are discounted it to 600 so that it grows along with our content. Initially, it would be a freemium content if we go through a B2C channel, but since we are going through B2B2C, which is through the coaching center, which is the business, here we give them trail login IDs, and then we give them.
Sorry, request you to please wrap up in next 25 or 30 seconds.
Right. So yeah, we give the coaching center these trail login IDs, and then we take a contract from them for the number of login IDs they need more. And then they could also get seasonal content, monthly, seasonal, and yearly, and so on. Now, this is the landscape that we are working in. Labster is a key competitor, but then they are working in universities all over the world. They are right now coming to the target group of 14 to 18. This is international edtech. Coming to domestic edtech, Byju's, Kalam Labs are in elementary school, which is 6 to 12-year target. And in terms of international, different industry altogether is gaming, where Minecraft and Roblox are operating. What we are doing is we are balancing between these two players, and we are coming up with more value proposition as compared to them. Now, in terms of the growth plan, our initial launch year one, we would have 1 lakh users, out of which paid customers would be 20,000. And in the year two, we'll be having almost 3.5 times the number of users and 3 times the number of paid users. But then here we become profitable in the year two as we see the EBITDA going positive. And in the year three, we are again moving towards more profitability, which is at the end of it, EBITDA we see about 13 to 14 crores. Now the unit economics are going along with.
Yeah, we have to close. Yeah. So we can see this next one. Let's open for questions. Any other slide you have?
Yes, I do have 2 more slides.
Just quickly cover it and 5 seconds each.
Yeah,
if you can.
So what we are seeking is we are seeking an investment of 50 lakhs a year. We have already got an investor for 10 lakhs earlier, and we have put in 10 lakhs from our side. We have been selected for Startup India program for a grant of 20 lakhs and so on. Now we are seeking 50 lakhs. This is mainly to focus on further product development and then test out our GTM channels, so that with all that revenue and metrics, we are going to go for a fundraise of 3 crores as soon as we reach milestones of product market fit. And this is how our costs look like once we reach this PMF. And yeah, we have testimonials from students. This is what we are building for. We are building for the customer love at this stage, but then the revenue kicks in the next stage. Yeah. So we are pre-revenue right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Open for questions. Madhavan has invested in quite a few edtech companies, correct, Madhavan? Okay, he's not there. Or mute. Yeah, we open for questions.
Is there any revenue is going on right now, or where are we, or when is that revenue is going to hit?
Right. So we are pre-revenue right now. We are pre-revenue, and for that we have these 3 revenue channels. Since we are pre-revenue, we have also opened one channel which is custom implementation for example, coaching centers. We do custom content for them with 2 lakhs. This is at a POC level, but as soon as we have the content, and we are as I said, it's a freemium content initially, and then we latch onto the coaching center through these data that we have from the users. And we are in the MVP development, and we expect in the 2023 January we'll be having enough leads and enough MOUs for kickstarting the revenues. So 2023 January is when we'll be starting the revenue coming in. Yes.
Sure. Thanks, Aditya.
Yeah, Adil had a question. Go ahead, Adil.
Yeah, hi Aditya. Aditya, the concept of learning through gamification is fantastic, no doubts about it, and that is the future. So there is nothing to debate on that. But my concern is, I mean, which probably you guys have thought through it, and today, I mean, every vendor in this particular field of L&D, especially targeting 12 to 18 and schools, is there is so much of a competition to get that mind share, time share of that, school hours and teachers, parents' budgets, because everything has to be paid by the parents. So is there any that 1 or 2 steps that you're going to be communicating to the student community or the parents that will immediately get your attention? Not just attention, but the desire to know more and take your subscription. Because there are hundreds of vendors who are gunning for one particular school and trying to get their share. And even in your own competitive landscape, I know of about 10 such organizations who are creating these modules, learning through gamifications or visualizations and things like that. So just throw some light on that. I mean, that will give us some confidence.
Right, sure. So there are, in the question that you asked, there are quite a few questions already inside that. One is, okay, what is your business model itself, B2C or B2B2C or B2B? Now you are seeing this slide where if someone goes directly to a student, for example, let's say over here, somebody is trying to directly go to a student. That's when the challenges of, okay, your communication to the student and so on are that B2C, the customer acquisition becomes the biggest challenge in terms of a cost and in terms of a reach as well. Now that is where our solution is through teachers itself. The teacher recommends to the students. That becomes the viral factor, the K factor of the whole engine, where each teacher, for example, someone, let's say, who's teaching online can reach to 50, 60,000. Now, when they reach to these students, your question, next level of question that you have asked is, okay, in terms of the content, is that content, is it correct or not? Is it usable or not? Is it loved by the students or not? That's what matters at the end of it. So that is where we are focusing on. That is where we differentiate ourselves in terms of having the children in the loop of the designing these learning experiences. Now, next comes, okay, now there are so many out there in terms of, in your question, there are so many players out there who are building modules and all that. Let me tell you one customer journey itself. We went to a coaching center. They say,
Aditya, I'll intervene here before you move on to the other. So again, the question is, why would a teacher promote?
Right. So for the teacher, it becomes the challenge that the teacher has is the amount of time that the teacher spends on teaching a concept. For example, the visualization that I have shown for, let's say, a spring mass concept.
So what is then for the teacher other than, of course,
it's time saving. It's time saving. Instead of 5 hours, they can, give this as a homework and the student can learn it in half an hour. So for the teacher, it saves times. For example, they can assign this as a homework to the student. Then the student gets much better clarity. And in terms of how does it help the teacher is because they cannot make this content. They have very few alternatives when it comes to interactive content. They can assign a video, they can send a WhatsApp video to someone, but then whether the student is engaged or not, they don't know. So we give that dashboard to the teacher back saying your student has accessed this much. And that's where the whole, data comes in, where, the interaction.
So is it being done in alignment with the board of the school that the teachers are allowed to do this?
Right. So the question came back to another factor, whether we are including schools or not. Right now, we are not even included. We are including our GTM in schools at all. That's where your third part of the question came. The schools is a bigger challenge. We will reach there only after TMF. So I'm talking about teachers who are independently teaching to the students, whether it is through a coaching center or whether it is through online medium or whether it is through offline.
Okay. All right. So just think about the scalability. Just think about the scalability issue in that particular case, because the coaching, individual teachers and all are fine to start with. But when you have to scale and get the numbers, you have to align to the school management and then the teachers, parents.
Right. So when it comes to schools and parents, these are the 2 points I'll cover now. Regarding the schools, we do have products coming in for the schools as well. In terms of, we go to them along with LMS providers and ERP providers as vendors. And also we have some custom solutions for them. For example, whatever we are making now is on the mobile device delivery is compatible with a VR headset as well. So we bring in a blended solution for the schools, but this is all post 3 years is where we are going to the schools. And to the parents, yes, the B2C channel where our app is primarily on the Play Store. Here we are targeting also the parents to understand our value proposition and take it to the student. Basic thing we tell to the parents is, okay, your child is playing games. Instead, why don't they learn while playing games? This is what we say, and immediately they are, signing up for our service.
Okay, thanks, Aditya. Yeah.
Thanks, Aditya.
Yeah. Okay, thanks. Yeah. Over to Team MyPETZ. Anjan, Ankita, you can share your screen. MyPETZ is a Cohort 4 startup, so it's new for most of you. So love to see your feedback with that also. Go ahead.
Hi, Giri sir. Good evening.
Good evening. Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. Are we both visible in the camera, because we are in the same system in office?
Yeah, you are visible, Anjan.
Yeah. Just let me quickly share my screen, and then I will. Yeah, is my screen visible?
Yes, Anjan. Just to slideshow. Again, MyPETZ is another B2C startup, so we've got 2 B2C startups continuous.
Yes, officially, good evening, everyone. So we are MyPETZ. So we are MyPETZ in the pet segment. We are basically a digital technology solution for the pet parents. So to change the entire dynamics of pet parenting, we have created this company. And our whole objective is to provide the entire set of required pet parenting experience through a single digital technology platform. So before we get into the business, so the problem that we have seen in regards to this particular segment is like pet parents throughout the country. Actually, we can say that our target market as such, or the target audience, obviously, as because we are in technology platform. So when we have done these segmentations, when we created the persona of our customers, so obviously we have taken into consideration particularly those segments like who are a bit of the younger side and tech savvy in all tier 1 and tier 2 and tier 3 cities. So problem actually what in all these segments and all these part of the country, the pet parents keep facing is that in terms of like, they have 3 broad segments, like probably like if any one of you have parents, any one of you are a pet parent, so you would agree with me on that. That this pet parenting needs 3 basic things like our own children. One, that is regular doctor's care, healthcare, and regular the other the hygiene and the care part of it, like the management care, and obviously the regular need of the food, non-food accessories, bedding material, etc. The needs, which like including even diapers and sanitary items. So these all 3 segments actually goes hand in hand in a way that traditionally these pet parents are used to actually going to one single doctor's clinics and getting all those things done in the same place. Like for example, unlike in the human segment, so they were used to like going to a doctor's clinics and getting some treatment done there, and then also if it required, they'll do some piece of spa, and also there is a small store inside wherein they would buy the entire set of things which is required for the pets, and if needed, they will take the advice of doctors as well, because mostly like our own when newborn children, etc., like the way we do. So while feeding even those pets, also the pet parents are very, very specific about, while even changing the brand also without discussing with Dr. So what we realize is this is a whole fundamentally ecosystem how those pet parents actually during the lifespan of 15, 16 years of one pet, they manage. So where we have seen the problem is that particularly in the time of that COVID, it evolved furthermore, because we even have like co-founded the company, me and Ankita, during that phase itself. That each and everything for these are kind of things which is actually needed for the pet and to be provided by the parents, is requires to be stepped out. Obviously, there are some platforms now who provide some bit of brand and some kind of things, pet products also at home, but not a precise platform who actually is in one kind of a solution in the dashboard of a mobile app in the mobile, that who provides all the solutions. So that way we thought that this is a problem which requires an attention, and there is a need of an hour at the time that there are pet parenting is day by day increasing. Now we know that we'll go back to that few slides afterwards. We'll show the total addressable market, and so thereby we realize that in the growing market of this pet parenting, so definitely there is a need of this kind of an solution. So before even getting into the further details about what solution we have brought in, so I would like to just bring in a perspective to our own background, particularly because it is connected to our further going down the line, our USP and value proposition also connect to our background. So I'm just bringing this slide here. So myself is Anjan Goswami, Dr. Anjan Goswami, and along with me, Ankita Parihar is my co-founder. I'm a veterinary doctor, basically master's in pharmacology. Apart from that, I've done my MBA from IIM Bangalore and a PhD scholar from ISB Hyderabad in the area of strategy and finance. So I have been enterprising from last almost now, I think in the month of August, it's 14 years in various sectors. I have an experience of buying, selling companies, and I have been doing my agri-based and food-based businesses. And this startup, like even we both, Ankita and me, we have co-founded 2 pet hospitals recently, and 2 years back, and handed over to and development and a management team to run it through, and this is what it is actually had kind of brought the whole idea of creating this kind of a platform. And talking about Ankita also is an IIM Bangalore alum. Along with me, we actually have done MBA together. And before that, Ankita was in my US for a couple of years, doing her master's in Indiana University in analytics. And Ankita's 10 years plus experience in developing the digital product development sites, particularly, of course, in the area of fintech and the financial market. But obviously, the product development in the digital area has been the expected, and combining both our experiences in terms of digital exposure, in terms of development of products, and the sector-based experience that I have, actually, we thought that we get with the best energy to really go and create this kind of and D2C brand, which is digitally enabled. And we have an advisory board, of course, led by two very prominent gentlemen. And coincidentally and fortunately, in fact, I should say that there also are investors on board. Angel investors, very early angel investors. Mr. Ram Gopal, who is the CEO of Barclays Bank of India, based out of Mumbai, and Arvind Gupta, who is actually a very renowned personality. If we type the name of Arvind Gupta in Google, I think a couple of pages will come out. He happens to be an integral part of the Niti Aayog, and he's the co-founder of the Digital Foundation of India, chairman and co-founder of Digital Foundation of India. Whole journey of this Digital Foundation has been led by Arvind Gupta, and also he is the co-creator of this very famous COVID app that we all have used during the COVID time. So now coming to the solutions that what we are trying to talk about. That this problem what I have discussed and brought this our identity behind it is this problem what we have observed is not just kind of an out of a sentiment that we have read a pat and we one fine morning realized, out of a proper research and analysis and a survey oriented study for about close to 6 and more months, we had actually taken out that use case and jotted it down and started to develop this app. And it took about more than 7 to 8 months and good amount of money and resources in building this whole app, which will going forward showcase how exactly the app works and how many apps actually connected to this is operating now in both Android and iOS stores. So yeah, so this is what we do as a solutions. I'll come to the detailing of it, but when somebody like downloads the app from Android or iOS, this is how we look like. Very, very distinct, 3 different problems, 3 different solutions. And connecting to each other very, very closely. Like, for example, like I need to buy pet products, all different kind of products, and reasonably priced and with good information and content, and the fastest predictable delivery. What we are bringing in here in the slide number, that content number 1, which is e-commerce doorstep delivery, that yeah, 10 other players or 100 other players are doing doorstep delivery. But what we are creating is we are solely in store of pet parents for the pets. Then we have been delivering in 2 hours like any other competent platforms, and we are giving a competitive price. And also apart from that, we are creating a portfolio which is like once you enter, you get everything here. And then the contents, which is like the detailing in content and the usability and the doctor's directions. And in the same platform, coming to the next slide, the doctors are sitting there. 30 plus doctors are sitting there across the country, practitioners who are right away available for them over just an in-app call, which we have developed in a way that one even may not have to reveal their phone number and the email IDs and get connected with the doctors, which schedule an emergency calls and take the advices. And the third piece, which is there again, that we have narrated that even the pet parents have to step out for everything, like unlike their own necessities. So whatever they do now, talking about their own health needs or the
last minute to go.
Sorry?
Last minute to go.
Oh, so I need to be a little faster. Yeah. So that way, so these are 3 services that we are providing. We are starting with the e-commerce as the first platform to kind of bind the customer with us, and then doing cross-selling now gradually in the other 2 segments. This is our business model, of course, what I have been narrating in detail, that what we do in the predictable 2 hours delivery in e-commerce site in Bangalore City. Now we are going to Delhi next month, and throughout the country, we are delivering in 2 or 3 days. 24/7 onboarded 30 plus doctors giving like consultations throughout country. Doctors are from throughout country, and like 450 appointments now we have already catered to. Pet-care solutions, again starting in Bangalore City, 6 onboarded partners trained, and they have been giving services across the Bangalore City now, almost like 50 to 60, close to 100 services we have provided in last 1.5 to 2 months time. So we are like, this is the value propositions. I'll not talk much about that because like that what what is the things that we are doing that very clearly I talked about. So this is like kind of a time and time, which is very important at what time and point of time and what point of time and in what kind of an addressable market that we are trying to enter into. As we all know that probably that in our neighborhood, we'll see that about very, very fast growing in this pet parenting sector. And market also is growing enormously, like all these 3 segments, about $1.5 billion industry and growing at a 20% pace. And if you see that it's like not many players here in the beautiful playing level playing field for many of the players for at least next 1 decade we see.
Sorry to disturb. Please end in next 15 to 20 seconds.
Yeah, surely. Yeah. So this is the global perspective, just to showcase that globally the whole industry is about close to 200.
Can you switch to market to what's happening today, operationally, revenues, and so on?
Sorry.
Your traction numbers. Yeah, traction numbers.
Actual
numbers and traction.
Sure. So these are traction numbers as of now. As of now, from last almost 16 months of our business journey, we have done about 2 crores of revenue, and we have about 20 number of employees and 30 plus veterinary doctors. And we have acquired about close to 22,000 downloads so far, 20,000 user base, about 13,000 orders we have delivered. Monthly average app users is 4,000 plus. And total consultations, I mentioned, we have done about 450 plus. Total revenue is about 2 crore plus in last 15 months. Now we are at a 2 CR ARR, that means about 17.5 lakhs MRR. We are operating at 40% gross margin. AOV is about 1,250, and month-on-month revenue growth we are doing at 15%. And next immediate, this is about, of course, the competitive landscape. Mostly people talk about Supertails and this Etsafotel, but yeah, like what Supertail is doing, and obviously almost closer what we are doing, but some of the features that we are giving in terms of our doctors onboarding partners, experienced doctors, etc., is very different in terms of operations compared to Supertails. So these are our numbers that we actually have achieved as of August. I have just shown that 20,000 downloads we got already. And now we are projecting that with the help of this investment, what we are seeking, we should be able to at least acquire 1 lakh plus customer base by the end of this financial year. And that would definitely lead to a kind of a 31,000 plus orders and leading to a revenue of about close to 3 crores by the end of this financial year. And we are at now ARR of 2 crores, so not very much highly optimistic numbers. And we are assuming that we should be able to very easily reach at least 3 crores plus revenue in this financial year. And obviously, as we are like now in the entrance phase of acquiring customers through e-commerce more, so we are projecting that we will get more and more revenue. And also the in the e-commerce side, the AOV is slightly higher. So definitely the revenue from e-commerce will be the slightly higher side in the first year, but going forward, definitely the shift will be a little different. You can see the graph that the revenue from the other 2 segments is likely to increase because we are starting to very aggressively do now cross-selling. We have a very competent marketing team, agencies, statutory bodies that are with us with the help of whom we are doing things. And 20 people have already appointed in-house in all important functional departments. This is our future roadmap. Next, we are going to Delhi next month. Before Diwali, we are launching in Delhi. And we'll do 2 hours delivery in Delhi as well. And before the financial year ends, we are going to Mumbai as well. So 3 cities MYPETZ would be by the end of this financial year. That is what is the roadmap.
What is the ask, investment ask?
Yes, this is what is asked for the timing. So we need about 1 CR immediately, as quickly as possible, so that like we can deploy that fund in those different areas. Particularly, we should be able to take some good resources because our marketing team now we want to strengthen. And then we want to strengthen our like kind of the warehouse expansion plan and operations and tag enhancement, which requires certain things. And we want to bring in some more features in the app. And of course, yeah, some bit of other integrations in the technology side, some working capital requirements, etc. Brand building and marketing is very, very crucial now for us at this point of time.
Valuation for 1 CR?
Valuation, of course, like at this point of time, frankly speaking, just a couple of months back, about 2 months back, we could raise. As of now, for of course, like just for all of your information, we raised in this last 16 months of our journey, we could raise 1.5 CR. For these 1.5 CR, we raised from 14 different individual angel investors from different professional networks, and they are very, very eminent personalities. Out of them, only 2 gentlemen what I have showcased. So last 2 months, but 1 month back, not even 2 months, it was at 15 CR. We got 15 lakhs of 2 tranches, which is 30 lakhs. So obviously that report got generated, valuation report in the month of July. So subjected to discussion and negotiation, of course.
Fine, Anjan. Yeah, open for questions. Any pet parents? Any pet parents in the audience?
Yes, I am.
Go ahead, Adil. Yeah.
Hello, sir.
I mean, there is hi, Ankita. I don't have any questions to ask. I think he has not completed the presentation in a time frame, and he could have done a much better job, though. But the concept and the team and the business model, what I see is great. So that's all I wanted to tell you. And I think I'll be one of your potential investors. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Fine. Any other questions, anyone? US pet parents, any? थोड़ा एनर्जी बचा के रखना. Still Rajesh, Lens&MEDS is there. Yeah, so questions मत बचा के रखना, एनर्जी बचा के रखना. Anyone? Mahadevan, Manojji, US pets pet.
You're good actually. I think you're doing a good job actually. So we'll
No,
be
so
in
you are a
touch.
pet parent?
I'm not. I've been. My kids keep asking me every week.
Okay.
So,
You aware of this sector? Although you invested or seen a few pitches?
No. But
Okay.
it's interesting. I think they've had good traction.
Okay, fine, Mahadevan.
No, let me tell you, there is tremendous potential in India with people opening up even to the stray or the country dog, as they're called as, and the sympathy and the kind of care, support to this particular segment, and the pet owners, pet parents like us looking at the pets more as children have a lot of sentiments. So there is a lot of potential for their purchases and things like that. And somebody coming up with this kind of a model and with this kind of a background, I think there is tremendous potential.
By the way, Adil knows Karnataka Chief Minister quite well, and I believe he's a pet lover, Adil.
Oh yeah, actually, I just mentioned here, we ended up actually investing as a sponsor in that movie called 777 Charlie. Watching that movie, Chief Minister literally cried, and we are one of the sponsors in that movie.
So Adil knows him personally, yeah. That's what
No, Girish just keeps saying that. So go by that.
It's about humanization of pets in India, which was a trend abroad until now. So it's a very exciting space. Like we keep kind of coming with huge demands. There's a lot of scope for us to develop in-house products as well. So that is also one of the things that we are currently working on.
The only thing is you guys need to move very fast before somebody else captures the market share.
That's what that is. I'm going to two cities. Right, yeah. So we have to go to the next two cities and as soon as possible. So we're keeping
yes.
Absolutely. We need to build a team for that. We need to have a very strong team as well to be able to implement and with very efficiency, because pet parents is a very sensitive segment. But once they are kind of onboarded and they love your brand, they will be yours to keep for a long time.
Okay.
Returnership is very high. Once they come for that, Girish, there is as such no questions coming. So how do I take it? I presented, nobody understood.
We'll get back to you. We get feedback from them in the assessment form. So we'll get back to you with their feedback.
Here, once the drill down happens, then there'll be a lot of questions. Don't worry. I mean,
that's okay.
Sector because I was realizing that I presented very fast in the interest of time. So whether
no, you should learn to present fast, yeah.
Yes.
That's an art you have to learn quickly. Yeah.
Otherwise, while the potential is there, but you will lose out on the presentation, then gone. Here, I think we still gave you the grace time, but there are serious investors who will cut you off right there, and you will not be able to present the actual crux of the whole thing. So,
okay, to Rajesh. Yeah, over to Rajesh. Rajesh, last and best. That's my expectation, Rajesh. Rajesh is a Cohort 1 startup.
Yes, so much.
Done a pivoting into a new business model also. So over to you, Rajesh. Yeah.
Hi, thanks, Giriji. Thanks, Adilji. After a long time seeing you, nice to see you again. Yes, everyone. Last but not the least, let's have the energy focused. I'm Rajesh, co-founder of company called Lens&MEDS, and we have another co-founder, Deepak, online, and most probably Mr. Partha Roy, senior co-founder, will be joining at any moment. And our vision is to form trustworthy, reliable, affordable healthcare company with vision in mind. So let me start with this question, right? Can you see this clearly? No, right? That's obvious that there are two conditions called myopia and hyperopia, which is near and farsightedness. The only solution for this problem is having a vision corrective spectacles. Okay, is that the only market we have when it comes to spectacles? No, it is not only that. We also have beauty and confidence in the picture. So that now, thanks to Lenskart, they were moving this product from the healthcare into also a fashion item that opens up the market quite well. Okay, when you're talking about the problem statement, in India, 550 million people, you heard it right, 50% of population required vision correction, out of which not even 50% wear spectacles. which leads to we are a blind capital of the world. When it comes to southern part of India, which we are focusing right now, we are not focusing pan-India right now at this stage, approximately 130 million people required to wear vision correction glasses who are not wearing, right? Did I say it wrong? 260 million required wear spectacles out of 130 is already wearing, right? So why that's such a big number? It is not only India, it's across the world actually. When it comes to India, the major reason, if you ask me, the core problem is CASA, we call it, which is there is no knowledge for the customer that they need to wear spectacles. They take it easy policy, they go ahead. And accessibility, if they found they need to wear, the accessibility of the good optical stores is not very much reachable when it comes to tier 2, tier 3. If at all they found the optical stores, there's a huge dilemma comes in, whether I'm getting the right price and can I able to afford that, right? So to solve the knowledge problem, which is the big frog to eat, innovation solution to acquire chronic customers. See, above 40 years, 90% of people require to wear spectacles. Whom they trust? They trust medical stores because they go to the medical store to buy chronic medicines. So we made with concept called converting medical store into a LENS&MEDS store, so that we can able to tell to the customers who are wearing, who are getting the chronic medicines, if they are not wearing spectacles, we will give them knowledge that how to wear spectacles. That is the theoretical part for the customers to know. And second, accessibility problem. So when it comes to accessibility problem, there are two models we will be explaining in future, which is go to customer, a customer come to us. Currently, in India, the model is customer go to the optical store to get the spectacles, whereas we, LENS&MEDS, not only have the store, and also we go to the customers at corporate companies and also villages and also partner stores. When I tell partner stores, it is nothing but already existing medical stores where we go and explain them that, boss, you can also sell spectacles and we are here for you to train you. Moment we train you, you just give us a lead, nothing else. If you found a customer who is not wearing spectacles, get his number, and then we have made a small demo eye chart in the pharmacy store. If the customer can able to read it from that noted distance, then leave him. If he's not reading, then just give us lead and we will take care of it from that point of time. So this is how we were creating multiple accessibility and affordability and sales. So if whatever I do, the problem is the margin, right? The problem is the volume. If there is less volume, obviously we need to sell at higher price. That is why all the optical stores, lens cards, spec makers, everyone need to sell it the 4,000 rupees progressive lenses only because they need to, because of the less volume. Whereas what we do is we do not want to wait for the customers come in. We also go to the customers. So we try to generate multiple volumes, and we had made 3 different unique model. One is inward model where customer comes to the our LENS&MEDS store. So here I call it unique. That's because it is not an optical store where I'm just looking for customers to come to buy spectacles. Also, I'm looking for the customers who is going to come inside to buy medicals, right? Pharmacy. That's the crowd puller. That's the unique about it. And if we go to outward model, we go to corporates, we go to partner test center, we go to village test center, and obviously third is digital, which is D2C, which we are not focusing right now, probably in later point of time. This is how the inward model looks. You might not seen anything store like that, where you can see left side, there is a medical store where they need to pass through the optical store, where they get the accessibility, the touch and feel factor of spectacles. This is how any customer comes to the medical store to see the, to buy medicines. We do them the basic machinery, ER machine test, which anyone can do. When it comes to when we found the power, then the actual optometrist will do the checkup. An outward model, as I explained to you, don't want to spend much time over here, which is corporate test center, where we go to corporate companies and then give them option of testing and also buying frames. What you see behind me is one of the standard we take. Like that, we take 10 standards, close to 600 frames we show them. So almost optical store goes to the company. And second is partner test center, where we are tied up with the hub and spoke model. When we have one store of our own, we have at least 10 store linked to that, where we will be giving them a knowledge. And then if any customer lead they give, we go and do the testing. And third is CSR activity, which is village test center. We keep doing it to get the good vibe of our process. And third, technology, where we have 2 kinds of app. One is B2B for the partner centers and also for corporate HRs. And second one is for the B2C, which is under development. And these are some of the snapshots of the technology app. And who is our target audience? Our target audience are not the audience who are comfortable to go to lens card fancy stores, right? Our target audience are the people who are middle class, who are not willing to go inside lens card fancy stores, spec makers, or huge optical stores. And who they are, like small company employees, taxi auto drivers, homemakers, securities. These are the people. Of course, that is how we are starting the bite. But once we are able to convert them, sell them with a good margin, then the next step, when we are getting at next level of investment, then we will be growing up the ladder. And what we sell, as you've seen, if all 7 types of spectacles we sell, which is complete model across the globe. And what's the business revenue model, right? We have, if we sell one spectacle, which is cost of 1,000 rupees, we get 55% margin. And if we sell a spectacle at our own store or at our corporate centers or at our apartment center stores, then we will be making 75% of margin. This I'm talking about at the budget eyewear, where I'm focusing the middle class and lower middle class people. Moment we able to create some revenue, create some numbers, when we're going up the ladder, the 75% will become like close to 80 to 90%. There we talk about multiples. And currently, as I said, we have the store, and future expansion is currently we have one store in Kumaraswamy layout in Bangalore, and that is our model store. From that number, what we learn from now, we want to expand into 5 different stores. And believe me that the store what we have at Kumaraswamy layout is a tier 3 location. We do not have much of the population. We do not have much of the posh population. There we could able to make some numbers, which I will be showing in later. We want to multiple that same concept into 4 more stores so that we can target all parts of the Bangalore. That's one. And with the 5 stores in the Bangalore, in next 1 year, we will be having 5 teams who will be doing the outward revenue model, which is visiting corporate and apartment and villages. And our current scenario, we have, as I said we have a tier 3 location, which is making sales of 6 to 7 lakhs, decent sales at very remote area. And out of which 4 to 5 lakhs is medicine sales, 1 to 2 lakh is eyewear sales. When I'm talking about 1 to 2 lakh of eyewear sales, you can understand I'm getting close to revenue of, close to the profit of gross margin of almost 1 lakh if I sell 2 lakhs of eyewear, which is taking care of complete expense of a store, employees, electricity, everything. So literally I'm selling medicine for free of cost. So that will come in later picture of time, right? And as I said the locations also we finalized, which is like Electronic City, Whitefield, Koramangala, Pune, which is in the Bangalore. And the facility of what we're going to offer is as it's a replication of the existing store, which is going to be medical, optical, and doctor's consultation. And we are raising a fund of 1.25 CR. Currently, it is a family and friends investor, no external investment raised. We are waiting for Sarthy to give us some lead on this. And we have committed 20 lakhs from our, again, like family and friends, and we are pitching here for 1.05 CR. And if you see, yes, our projection is close to like, we are making 70 lakhs of revenue last year, out of which we are not making good amount of net profit. We made close to 2 lakhs of loss, because we are keep expanding to the corporate centers. This is the unique go-to-market strategy, where currently in India, customer goes to optical stores like Lawrence & Mayo, Ben Franklin, Titan Eye Plus, Vision Express, Lens Card, of course, to our store also, but for the medicine and also for optical. And we go to the customer. That's our unique go-to-market strategy. And this is our ask, where we will be spending most of the money we'll be spending on expansion of our stores, because we want to expand to our light asset model, which is
last minute to go.
Yes, thank you.
Sorry to
yes, no problem. So we have more of the money we'll be putting up in the stores. So the money what the investor is going to put, it is going to be a recession-free, 100% lock-in money, because in medical, optical, there's always a market to be coming up. And this is our experienced team. Myself, Rajesh, into the pharmaceutical for more than 15 years, and Mr. Roy, who's into pharmaceuticals for more than probably 40 years, and Mr. Nandakumar, who is into eyewear industry for last 3 generations. His grandfather started his business, so he's the mentor and part-time co-founder with us. And Deepak Kumar, who is in the call right now, who is our investor leader. And we have Mr. Suryanarayana through Sarthy, who is our mentor right now. And what we are going to focus now, we'll be developing the technology also. So that's where we are trying to do the technology, which AI technology, which currently LENSCART is doing, and also creating the multiple stores of same kind. I finally end up this slide with this is the industry, where recession-free industry, and we purchase everything in credit and we sell in cash. That is what we are most focused on. And unique combination of high volume, which is medicine, and high margin, which is lens. This is the model which is not existing anywhere, I would say proudly. And currently we are the first mover advantage, and we need to scale up faster to avoid someone else taking this lead, right? And thank you. And we have a team of people. We have the partners with different accelerator and program, and contact details. Any questions, I'm happy to answer. Thank you.
Yeah. Good, Rajesh. Completed on time. Open for questions. Amar, your questions.
No, Girish.
Fatigued or because I mentioned about your experience in this field to Rajesh.
No, I will definitely connect with Rajesh.
Yeah, no questions. I think this idea of clubbing medicines and lenses, good idea. Or anyone from the US, one is high traffic, one is high margin. Like on paper, it sounds strong, but anyone can further ask more questions around it.
Your biggest challenges are in stores in India big enough to be able to take. And I'm talking, even if you look at metros, there are rarely medical stores that are self-service. I mean, there are few models, but very few. And again, I don't know how much space is required, but it just seems that medical stores are fairly cluttered. And in that, we're trying to put in something incremental. Now, it's a different model that you make so much money that you can take 2 stores. That becomes a, so this is a brick and mortar play, less of technology.
Yes, at current point, yes, correct, exactly. We are looking for strategically place the stores, but at later, after connecting the 5 stores in a city, then it will be a technology part. Because we are going with the hub and spoke, the number of square feet required for our LENS&MEDS store is not more than 300 to 400 square feet. So it is economical stores what we are looking here. And also once we have the 5 stores in place, we will be connecting the nearest to 10 medical stores to serve us. So that's a win-win situation for us and also for them. You know, and also the benefit of it is like if I have in South Bangalore 1 of our store and 10 of our partner store, literally it's like we are having 11 optical stores at a clustered location, and also very light asset model, I would say.
When LENS&MEDS tried the franchisee model and wasn't very successful. They tried to convert first medicine stores to lens stores, but they were not very successful. That's why they are pivoting to own self-operated stores with both medicines and lenses. Yeah.
Yes.
So my view on this is that if you look at per lakh penetration of the stores available today, opticals, right? So the metro penetration is at a different league when compared to tier 2, tier 3 towns. And the larger opportunity in terms of what a value addition or a brand creation can be brought in at a tier 2, tier 3 towns are far higher today than at a metro. I mean, that's my first cut understanding of this, because there is a huge opportunity in terms of under penetration there.
Yes, so that's why in our presentation also we didn't focus on the cities. We have mentioned tier 2, tier 3 location in the cities. Where our future focus would be like after setting up in Bangalore to create a good amount of volume, we will be focusing going towards the outside the Bangalore like Hosur, Krishnagiri, where we can connect dots towards Chennai. Thanks for your input on this one.
Yeah, Arjun, another question.
Model I saw for these lens and glasses, see, most of the times you don't buy it yourself, but you need recommendation from some doctor or somebody else, right? So I thought I saw a model where small lens setup were set up right next to the eye doctor clinics, right? See, you will not go by yourself, basically. You need a referral.
Yes.
Correct? And when there is a referral, the doctor has a captive center where you just buy there. You don't even go shop. Maybe the 2nd and 3rd and 4th you can shop once you have your metrics. Then it becomes more an online play, which is what I'm seeing in the US, right? Today, I went to one eye center here, Eye Labs, to get my glasses. But somehow after that, I'm getting all the marketing from online shops. They just say, enter your values and we'll ship it to you. At least that's the model I'm seeing working quite well here. And then I bought my 2nd and 3rd glasses online, actually.
Without trying it, without trying it, it was fine.
Very reasonable price, right? $15, $20, and it's okay if it doesn't work also, right? It's so easy for me to just order. That's what's happening here, at least.
Okay. Yeah. So what we do here, Madhavan sir, what we currently in India, first they go to the customer I'm talking about, not the high premium customers, mid and low premium customer. They go to see optical store to talk to the optometrist. and they go to doctors unless they had some big issues, because they know if the moment they go to ophthalmologist, they need to pay 500 to 600 rupees per visit. So they avoid going there unless there's a serious issue. They go to optical stores, and that is where they keep pushing going to optical stores also. But definitely, if there is a headache, it could be because of the cylindrical power what they have, but they come to medical stores. That's how we are value proposing ourselves. You come to us as a medical store to buy medicine, we will also quickly, within 10 seconds, we will do your eye test with the autorefractometer. Then we will give you the chance, And also the second part is, and here they have the access, even though you buy or not, we give them that interest of wearing the specs and feel good factor, depends on the customer persona. The moment that goes, and we give, because we are not only running opticals, so that's why we could able to leverage of 50% of what other people sells in the market currently, but that's not very good sign with respect to business numbers. But overall, currently we are trying to penetrate the market at this point of time, so we are okay. After giving 50% discount also, believe me, we are making 75% of margin. So still we are not bleeding.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right. So I mean, I wanted to understand how how that through corporate and HR and all, how that channel is working for you relative to the retail.
Yes. So what we do is we have a team of 5 people, out of which 2 are business development people, who goes to companies and tell them, hey, do you want your employee, how HR wants to do complete health checkup for the employees, right, for their KRA. So we tell them, just when you talk about a complete health checkup, people are not comfortable after COVID situation and all. When we talk about only eyewear, they are willing, they're opening up. Okay. And we have, believe me, we have a next 2 months dates are fixed. So we are not able to send. Moment we go to one store, we make one company, we make at least 10 to 20,000 of sales, and that sales comes without any store expenses also.
Yeah, and I think that's pretty interesting. For example, all these delivery guys, right? If you go to Swiggy or Uber, or I don't know if they care about their employees, but then that's something they could offer, right? To all the delivery guys, because they're on the road, they need to see properly. If they have a vision problem, that could lead to accidents, right?
Yes.
One thing
we found when we went to the small spotter center, so one of the many examples is an auto driver who has the power of -3.5, not wearing spectacles at all. He never went and tested eye also, because it's a medical store and market area. He came inside, and then we thought he will not able to buy a high premium, 3,000 is. I thought it will be high price for him. So I said him to bifocal. Bifocal is a power glass with reading and distance, which has a line in it. We offered him, but he said, no, I want without the line, and it will be 3,000. He said, I'm willing to pay. So it is not about the payment also, right? It is about the accessibility for them. They're not comfortable going inside a fancy stores, like premium kind of looking stores. That's a big point. You will not believe the market area, almost 4 vegetable vendors bought 2,000 to 3,000 worth of spectacles. We asked, why you not wear? Why? Sir, time kadar milta hai. So where we have time to go inside, because you are coming, then we are doing it. Of course, we cannot go to every market area, but we have the partners who is taking care of that. They will keep telling us, why you are not wearing spectacles?
So are you also selling medicines through the app or online? Are you doing that?
We did initially, but we paused it right now because we were focusing only in lens at that point of time. But now, since we are planning to set up stores, and obviously medicines, we will be selling it not online, by offline only.
No, but this thing, the synergy, right, between Lens and Meds, it works even online purchases. If somebody's ordering medicines online, then if you could get them to kind of do answer some questionnaire or whatever, and if it shows up that they have some difficulty, right, or do a app-based test, can you read this properly, right? And then maybe target them to try and come to the store or to do some sell.
That's a great idea. So we are doing offline sales. Definitely, we will incorporate in our website about,
because the key thing is the synergy between medicines and lens, right? So if you can tap into this online as well, then it's you can increase the opportunity.
Sure, definitely we'll look.
I'd like to thank everyone, because we already exceeded time by 20 minutes. So thanks, Mahadevan. Yeah, thanks everyone for attending this session. It's been really nice. Yeah, and we'll surely collate all the feedback from all the panelists and share with you. Yeah, but sorry about exceeding the 20 minutes more. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice evening. Take care. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you,
Thank you all.
everyone.
Good
Thank
night,
you, Ruchi.
everyone.
Night.
Thank you.